What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 9C Chapter 226 Advertisement. Well, I have a lot of time to talk to you guys, Deidara, Sasori. Both Deidara and Sasori were taken aback. They didn't expect the young man in front of them to know their names. Usually those who know their names are either other people in the Shao organization or dead people. By the way, I appreciate your art, the art of explosion, and the art of eternity. Qiye played with the kunai in his hand and chuckled. And at this time, Deidara nodded in satisfaction. That self-satisfied look seemed to mean, look, there are people who appreciate my art. Since you appreciate my art, then we can be friends. Hey, Deidara, you're too casual, this guy is weird. Sasori's heart is quite unexpected. It has been decades since he left Sanagakure. The name Sasori of Red Sand has not been mentioned for a long time. When someone mentioned it again, it turned out to be a young man, not a ninja from Sand Shinobi. It seems that the other party's intelligence work has been done well. Qiye opened his mouth, yawned long, and sat directly on the ground. You can do it as a friend, but I still have to take that kid. From Kai's point of view, most of the people in Shao are poor people. From masked men Obito, Nagato, to Deidara and Sasori, they are all tool men. Especially Deidara, who is a toolman's toolman. In the battle with Sasuke, Obito, the masked man, played soy sauce all the way. Thankfully, Deidara was still thinking about his safety when he blew himself up. The masked man Obito just sees Deidara as a tool to train Sasuke. It became a stepping stone on the road to upgrade Sasuke. Originally, Qiye had a good impression of Deidara. Masked man Obito is really disgusting. Friends can do it, but he has to take people away. Uchiha Kai's arrogant words made Deidara quite upset. Originally, the other party recognized his art, and Deidara had a good impression of Qiye. But Kai's absolute arrogance made Deidara unable to bear it any longer. Hey, boy, you are also an artist. Although arrogance is the capital of our artists, it is also the characteristic of our artists, but you are too crazy. This Jinchuriki kid is our prey. Qiye didn't answer Deidara's words. Instead, he simply said something that shocked Deidara and Sasori even more. You quit Shao, and FK with me. Tisk tisk. Sasori's tisk tisk didn't know whether it was disdain or sarcasm. Little devil, you are crazy. It had been a long time since he had seen such a wild young man. That is, now that you know about the artistic combination between me and big brother Sasori, why don't you dare to report to your family, Deidara on the side also sat on the ground casually. Although Deidara is obsessed with art, she is very careful and cautious during the battle. Uchiha Qiye must have a unique ability to quietly appear around him and Sasori. Hey, I haven't reported myself yet, so let me introduce myself, Konoha, Uchiha Qiye. Leaf? Uchiha. Hearing these two words, Deidara and Sasori's expressions froze, and their hearts were even more surprised. They also have a ninja named Uchiha from Konoha, Uchiha Itachi. In Akatsuki's organization, besides Sasuke, it is known that there is another Uchiha alive. Besides Uchiha Itachi, there is only Obito, the masked man. Sasori and Deidara were surprised at the sudden appearance of Uchiha. You know, we Konoha have a lot of information. Knowing your names and identities is not enough. Oh, yes, since you are Konoha's ninja, we are catching Sanagakure's Jinchuriki, so what's the deal with you? The only thing Deidara and Sasori thought about was that Sand Shinobi was sending troops to Konoha. After all, the Land of Wind and the Land of Fire are allies. It's just that this rescuer came too quickly. They only invaded Sand Shinobi yesterday, and even if the information reaches Konoha, it is impossible for reinforcements to appear in front of them today. Weird, really weird. What to do with me? Deidara, Sasori, you guys were used by Akatsuki. Qiye didn't say anything, but when he opened it, Deidara and Sasori were shocked. Use? Was used by Shao? Sasori, it's okay. Deidara is a guy who pursues art, and he doesn't want to use it or not. Should your organization have a guy in an orange Uzumaki mask? This. Sasori glanced at Deidara, and Deidara looked at Sasori suspiciously. They naturally understood who Uchiha Qiye was talking about. The guy wearing the orange Uzumaki mask is their new member named ahhhhh. It was to fill the void of the zombie duo Hidan, Kakuzu. I just haven't found a partner yet. Is this kid really from the Konoha Uchiha clan? Advertisement. Deidara and Sasori have deep doubts about Kai's identity. Ahhhhh had just joined Akatsuki, and only a few Akatsuki members should know about this matter. The young man in front of him seemed to have known about this for a long time. Uchiha Kai's faint smile made them feel terrified. You know ahhhhh? Well, I played against him. Qiye didn't cheat here, he fought with masked man Uchiha Obito from the very beginning. Back then he couldn't deal with the masked man Obito's Kamui, but now, it's different. Even if the masked man Obito's Kamui is in a bug, the current Qiye can find a way to overcome Obito. Your leader is not the leader in the true sense of Shao, the master behind the scenes is the masked man Fei, and Shao's ultimate goal is not to conquer the world. What? Deidara and Sasori were shocked by Uchiha Kai's remarks. In their knowledge, the leader they know is Payne. Could it be that the masked man, Fei, is really Akatsuki's mastermind behind the scenes? Tisk tisk. Boy, you said that our Akatsuki's ultimate goal is not to conquer the ninja world, but you sound like you know our Akatsuki's real purpose. Qiye smiled lightly, with a scheming gesture. That's natural. This time, it made Deidara and Sasori even more curious. Then tell me what our real purpose is. If it doesn't suit my taste, that puppet will be your fate. A puppet flew out of Sasori's cloak and exploded in the air with a bang. Qiye was expressionless, and even wanted to laugh. Brilliant, this pair of art combinations is really interesting. All the masked men want to collect the tailed beasts. It is through the power of the tailed beasts to realize Project Tsuki no Mi. When the 9 tailed beasts are collected, they can use the power of the tailed beasts to cast infinite Tsukuyomi, an illusion that can control the world. All in all, let the whole world fall into an illusion, so as to achieve a false peace. Project Tsuki no Mi, infinite Tsukuyomi. One by one, Deidara and Sasori were stunned. This is just insane. Is there such a thing that can make the whole world shrouded in illusion? Deidara and Sasori were speechless for a long time because the plan was so shocking. Qiye still hid a part of it and didn't say anything about Madara. Putting the blame for it all on Uchiha Obito, this is indeed the plan Obito wants to implement. In the early stage, Obito just let him explain Akatsuki's goal stage through Payne's mouth. The Akatsuki organization is said to be a war mercenary organization built in the ninja world, and then conquering the world. At that time Obito didn't come up with the full Project Tsuki no Mi. Flickering hard on other people in Shao's organization, working for him. Well, wait until the members of the Shao organization are almost dead. At the 5 Shadows talk, Obito, the masked man, explained his real plan to the world. That is to make everything in the world fall into an illusion. Would there be so many people who would have worked for him if he had asked Payne to say in the first place? No, not at all. So those Akatsuki members were all used by Obito as pawns. How does the explosion art pursued by Deidara play in fantasy? The timeless art that Sasori pursues is also not realized in fantasy. In a false environment, there is no sense of reality at all. Both Deidara and Sasori fell silent. If what the young man in front of him said is true, what are they obsessing about? It is cool to drive the Gundam all the way and push it horizontally. However, to play Akatsuki with applause and disintegrate from the inside, that achievement is even more refreshing. It doesn't prevent Qiye from pushing the Gundam horizontally. Obviously, in Sasori and Deidara's view, the plan, while wild, is not without reason. If everything gets stuck in the environment, Deidara also plays hammer art. Boy, do you think I'll take your word for it? Qiye was right, but it was impossible for Sasori and Deidara to immediately believe it. However, their hearts were already doubtful and shaken. That means Qiye is successful and the first step of his plan has been completed. It's hard for the two of you to believe it, and I don't have any evidence to prove this, but slowly, the truth will surface. Deidara's heart was already a little uneasy. Brother Sasori, let's take one-tailed Jinchuriki back first. The two of you seem to have forgotten one thing. This Jinchuriki I'm going to decide. Qiye threw the kuwu in his hand to one side and smiled lightly. Really? Deidara grinned. Although I don't know the truth of what you just said, but if you say you appreciate my art, then I'll let you know if you have the qualifications. I saw Deidara wave her hands forward, and the 2 clay centipedes crossed and rushed towards Uchiha Qiye. Boy, let me tell you, art is a blast. Drink. 2 clay centipedes exploded in front of Uchiha Qiye. Boom, sand splashed everywhere, and a huge mushroom cloud rose into the air. A faint smile appeared on Deidara's mouth. Che, what, you want me and big brother Sasori to hang out with him, with such strength? Brother Sasori, it seems that there is something wrong with that kid's head. Project Tsuki no Mi is a fantasy, and he has been acting cool in front of us. That guy must be trying to keep us at odds. This trick will keep me from Deidara's eyes. Funny, The eyes of Sasori in the puppet suddenly narrowed, and he shouted coldly. Don't be careless, Deidara, that kid is still here. Chapter 227 Advertisement Deidara, that kid is still here. Sasori shouted coldly. It was the first time I saw Sasori, a ninja who could face Deidara's detonating clay. What? Deidara was equally shocked. He didn't see any movement from Uchiha Qiye just now, but just stood there straight and motionless. In other words, Uchiha Qiye took the attack of his detonating clay abruptly. No ninja had ever done such a thing before. What the hell did this guy do? Deidara's eyes were fixed on the place where the smoke had dissipated. That is, only seeing the white skeleton wrapping Uchiha Qiye in it, Deidara's heart palpitated with the chill that the white skeleton radiated. In just an instant, the white skeleton disappeared. Is art an explosion? Yes, the needle doesn't poke, it's a great idea. Qiye applauded with great interest. Now he has time to play with Deidara and the others. By the way, you two should know Kakuzu and Hidan, they wear the same clothes as you. Hidan? Kakuzu? Deidara and Sasori's whole body couldn't help shaking. Deidara even snapped a few pictures of Qiye with that camera. Could it be that? Could it be that you killed them? Qiye smiled, non-committal. Dare to go to the land of fire to rob Jinchuriki, that is courting death. Deidara and Sasori knew of the provocative declaration made by Konoha village in the morning. Shao dared to offend, Konoha saw one kill another. This manifesto is quite the hockey. What Deidara and Sasori didn't expect was that the Konoha shinobi who killed Hidan and Kakuzu was just around the corner. Was he alone, or did Hidan and Kakuzu fall for the trap of the Konoha shinobi? Aren't those two undead zombies? How did they get killed? They were very curious. Kai's black eyes have turned into scarlet 3 Tomo Sharingan. Can't be wrong, this guy really belongs to the Uchiha family. Those eyes are the shadows in Deidara's heart, and he will never forget them in his life. Deidara, this kid is not simple, he also knows many secrets of the organization, maybe. Senior Sasori, do you think what he just said makes sense? It's not impossible, Sasori wasn't sure either. It's just that Akatsuki's series of operations are really fascinating. They are all S-class rebels with cage-level strength, and they have their own dignity. It would be a huge shame to count the money for others if it was sold. For the artist, that is even more shame within shame. You can go back to Shao to observe and understand carefully, it will definitely surprise you. As long as you are a smart person, you should know how to understand the truth. But, this little devil of one-tailed Jinchuriki, I want it first. As soon as Qiye finished speaking, there was a cracking sound. And Uchiha Qiye disappeared in place. Sasori suddenly felt bad. Behind. Swish, numerous shuriken flew behind the puppet, and the shuriken was highly poisonous. Any attack by Sasori is highly poisonous. Even a small shuriken is no exception. How is this possible? At this time, Sasori was surprised to find that his tail was frozen and shattered in front of him. And the little Jinchuriki with its tail is already in the hands of Uchiha Qiye. Just now Uchiha Qiye appeared at his Fei Luhu's tail and used a strange ability to freeze the chain that bound one-tailed Jinchuriki. Then he disappeared instantly to save Gaara. The whole process was completed in one go, but in the blink of an eye. Sasori was clearly paying attention. The moment Uchiha Qiye appeared behind Fei Luhu, he had already sensed a strong danger coming from behind him. The attack was launched immediately, and even so, Uchiha Qiye was better. Dodged an attack with a poisonous shuriken and snatched the one-tailed Jinchuriki from him. It's easy. Deidara's face looked very embarrassed. Damn it, don't underestimate us. Qiye took out a bottle, took out a part of one-tailed chakra from Gaara and sealed it in the bottle. Throwing it away, threw the bottle to Deidara. This series of operations made Deidara inexplicable. This is. The chakra part of one tail doesn't have too much influence on your plan, so the two of you can just bring this to cross. This made Deidara and Sasori have no idea that the enemy would help them complete this task. How is this going? It's not as true as what he said. Shay, kid, we won't accept your alms, Jinchuriki, I'll definitely take it back. Deidara attacked Uchiha Qiye again. The two big mouths in the palm squirmed wildly, creating a lot of explosive clay. Suddenly, a big white bird galloped towards Uchiha Qiye. Advertisement: the figures of Sasori and Deidara quickly retreated. The power of this big white bird's explosion is extraordinary. This is second only to number 18 in the power of Deidara's moves. But this time, Uchiha Qiye didn't move and didn't mean to dodge. Does this guy look down on me? When Deidara tried to control the clay bird to get close to something that was exploding, the bird fell heavily to the ground with a thud. It is very difficult to even spread the wings and fly. With the clay in control, Deidara knew exactly where the blasted clay was. What is going on here? How can there be such a strong gravity? The clay bird was suppressed by a strong gravity and sank more than 10 meters. Drink, even so, Deidara made the clay birds explode. However, the explosion covered in sand and dust was like a dud, and had no power at all. What kind of ability is this? Sasori in the puppet looked extremely solemn. He seemed to understand why Kakuzu and Hidan were defeated by this man. Deidara, this guy is not easy, let's do it together. Boom! Sasori's body jumped out directly from the puppet Fei Luhu. He was a beautiful red-haired boy, his actual age was in his 30s. Meanwhile, Sasori presents his favorite puppet masterpiece, Third Cage. This is the first time he and Deidara have teamed up against an enemy since they became partners. Uchiha Kai's strange ability deserves their attention. Oh, it's kind of interesting. Swish, the puppet third case cage spit out a large amount of sand and iron, turning into various shapes and floating in the air. Spiked, rhombus, cube, cylinder, etc. are all available. With a slight movement of Sasori's fingertips, these bizarre objects flew towards Uchiha Qiye. However, when these huge objects were more than 10 feet away from Uchiha Qiye, they suddenly stopped. As a puppet master, Sasori could feel a huge gravity pressing the sand and iron, making it very difficult for him as a puppet master to control. Bang bang bang. The huge objects formed by these sand and iron fell to the ground one after another. Damn, it's the same situation as Deidara's attack just now. Brother Sasori, that guy seems to be able to control gravity. Ah, that's true so far. This ability is quite tricky. One-tailed Jinchuriki was originally caught by them, and now they have been snatched away by others. If others find out, their art duo will lose face. Kisame, in particular, is sure to be ridiculed. Betting on the dignity of being an S-rank rebel, Deidara and Sasori will also take back one-tailed Jinchuriki. In my opinion, the strength of your Shao organization is not that great, but I still think you two are a little bit stronger than Hidan, Kakuzu, the two zombies. Kie said an objective fact calmly. Big brother Sasori, I'm going to use C4 Garuda to get rid of that guy. C4? Sasori gave Deidara a surprised look. Didn't you use it when you were fighting with Case Cage? That's just a little guy. I'm going to use full power this time, please cover me. This move is an ninjutsu invented by Deidara to deal with Itachi. Since the other party is also from the Uchiha clan, then take him for meat, Deidara thought so. Tisk, Deidara ate a ball of explosive clay and spat it out of her mouth. A huge Deidara doll appeared in this desert. Kie, who owns Sharingan, can clearly see that there are many micro-explosive clay inside the doll, and he can see the flow of chakra. This guy Deidara is getting real. Kie is thinking if he ignores his art like Sasuke and sees it as rubbish. In that case, will Deidara explode too? Brother Sasori, it's alright, stay away from C4. Sasori jumped back and instantly opened a distance of dozens of meters from Deidara. The huge Deidara doll is approaching Uchiha Qiye. Qiye exhaled a few cold breaths from his mouth. The temperature between heaven and earth dropped suddenly, and a majestic chill instantly enveloped Sasori and Deidara. The two shivered suddenly. The chill made their backs shiver, and they felt inexplicable fear. You know, this is a desert. The climate here is extremely hot, how could it suddenly become so cold? It was as if the scorching heat had suddenly come to a world of ice and snow. Brother Sasori, what's going on? Sasori is also confused. He has lived in Sanagakure for many years, but he has never experienced such a temperature. Both of them looked at Uchiha Qiye at the same time. Because the source of this chill is emanating from Uchiha Qiye. C4 Garuda is getting closer and closer to Uchiha Qiye. Whatever he's doing, as long as Uchiha Qiye inhales the microbombs, then the battle is Deidara and Sasori's victory. One more thing, it's within range. Deidara grinned. Goodbye, boy, you're one of the few guys who appreciates my art. Click, click, Ice Age. Uchiha Qiye let out a few cold breaths from his mouth. In an instant, this desert turned into an endless ice and snowfield. Chapter 228. Advertisement Ice Age. Uchiha Qiye let out a few cold breaths from his mouth. In an instant, this desert turned into an endless ice and snowfield. Deidara's C4 Garuda was frozen into a giant ice sculpture before it dissipated. Shatter. A cold voice came from Uchiha Kai's mouth. Click, click, C4 Garuda's huge body shattered like a broken mirror. The broken ice fell all over the ground, and there was no residue of C4 Garuda. How is this possible? C4 Garuda Deidara injected a lot of chakra, and now he can't feel those chakra at all. It was his own chakra, as if it suddenly disappeared between the world. Moreover, this desert has turned into ice and snow, and the icy chill made Deidara and Sasori terrified. This power terrified them. This is the power to change nature. It's so wide that you can't even see the end. Sasori was even more shocked, having lived in the desert for so many years. But I have never seen anyone turn a desert into a world of ice and snow. This is simply horrible. No wonder Hidan and Kakuzu died in his hands. Now Deidara and Sasori seem to understand. Beautiful, so beautiful, is this art? Deidara's eyes widened. When he was defeated by Itachi Sharingan before, he was amazed at Itachi Sharingan's art. But now it seems that Uchiha Itachi's art is nothing more than a little. Now the ice and snow is the real art, and the power to change the nature is the art of nature. God-given art is the real art, and no one can learn this kind of art. This time, Deidara was completely convinced by Kai's art. Of course, this is all Deidara's self-improvement. Uchiha Qiye doesn't think this is art. Hey, big brother Sasori, can we really defeat this kind of opponent? I don't know, probably not. Even the always cold and arrogant Sasori doubted himself at this moment. While the two were shocked, the Mangekyo Sharingan in Kai's right eye pupil froze suddenly. He's already locked in the positions of Deidara and Sasori. Godly. Suddenly, Deidara and Sasori appeared in front of Uchiha Qiye, but they were only a short distance away. How is this possible? How can we be here? The sudden change took Deidara and Sasori by surprise. They were originally dozens of meters away from Uchiha Qiye. But at this moment, they suddenly appeared in front of Uchiha Qiye. The faces of the two changed greatly, and they were terrified. Because they found that their bodies were rapidly freezing. Helplessly, I saw that my feet were covered by ice, and then spread to the whole body, and finally only one head was left outside. As a result, Deidara and Sasori lose their mobility. They used all the strength of their bodies and could not get rid of this frozen bondage. This power is really too strange. Qiye exhaled a few cold breaths and smiled. I said, no one can stop the person I want to take away. Qiye snapped his fingers, and the icy world returned to its original state in an instant. It's just that Deidara and Sasori are still frozen. Such a large diurnal change in temperature with alternating hot and cold made Deidara sneezed several times in a row. I didn't expect you to have such power, we lost. Sasori, who is cold and arrogant by nature, also admits to counseling. Needless to say, Deidara has been completely conquered by this art of Uchiha Qiye. I thought to myself secretly, gosh, what a gorgeous piece of art, Well, now that these two are trapped, it's time for Qiye to take Gaara away. Deidara and Sasori saw what Qiye meant to slip away, and they were a little puzzled. Why, you don't kill us. Wouldn't it be a pity if you died inexplicably? Think about what I said, you were used as pawns by the masked man, and when he completes Project Tasuki no Mi, you will also lose everything. In fantasy, even art does not exist. After speaking, Qiye took Gaara to the direction of Sanagakure. By the way, the bottle I just gave you contains enough one-tail chakra, and the same is true of sealing that chakra. As for this freezing, you are all S-rank rebels, and there will be a way to break free. Qiye just used the freezing ability, Deidara and Sasori couldn't freeze them for long. As soon as the words fell, Uchiha Qiye and Gaara disappeared before their eyes. The frozen Deidara and Sasori look at me, I look at you, their faces are stunned. What they couldn't understand was that they were tens of meters away from Uchiha Qiye, so why they were in front of that kid in an instant. This sudden change of position caught them off guard, and even their defense was frozen by Uchiha Qiye. Brother Sasori, do you know what happened to that kid just now? Sasori pondered for a while, Kai's eyes left a deep impression on him. Advertisement. That's no longer the ordinary 3-tomo Sharingan, but the Mangekyo Sharingan like Itachi. Sasori guessed that the position change between him and Deidara should be Uchiha Kai's Mangekyo ability. Indeed. This is Uchiha's divine power. This is the result of the improvement of the divine power of his right eye pupil. In the past he required chakra contact or physical contact to transfer others. Now, as long as it is within the focal point of the line of sight, whether it is a person or something, Qiye can move. Qiye's Sharingan has a picture of Konoha village engraved, which means that he can lock Deidara and Sasori by looking at them, and even transfer them to Konoha village. The ice of the gods will freeze the focus of the line of sight. And this time, the god Qiye can shift the focus of his eyes. Hey, Deidara, can you escape from this ice? No, Sasori-san, my hands are frozen, and I can't use the blasting clay. Sasori knew that Deidara's powers were activated by the mouth between the palms of both hands. Deidara, don't you still have a mouth? Sasori was talking about the normal mouth Deidara had on her face. Deidara. What's the use of just having a mouth without detonating clay? Knowing that Deidara couldn't do it, Sasori stopped talking nonsense to him. Now he and Deidara are frozen with only their heads exposed. Deidara may not be able to do much, but Sasori as a puppet master is different. You know, the current Sasori can be said to be a puppet. Click, click, I saw Sasori twisted his head and heard a few metallic crunch. Sasori's head fell directly to the ground. Deidara. Hey, big brother Sasori, your head fell off, did you do it on purpose? Deidara knew that Sasori was a puppet, but he didn't expect that even his head was not a normal head. This is the eternal art of big brother Sasori. Although Deidara can't appreciate it, he still appreciates other people's art. Shut up, Deidara, and watch it. Falling to the ground, Sasori's head suddenly opened his mouth. A bluish-purple high-temperature flame was sprayed out. Seeing this scene, Deidara's face was instantly overjoyed. Big brother Sasori, that's amazing. After a while, the ice on Sasori's feet melted. Click, click. Slowly, Sasori broke free from the ice's bondage. Then also thawed for Deidara. Recovered, Deidara stretched her muscles. Oh, it's still good to feel at ease. Deidara glanced at the bottle that Uchiha Qiye gave them, which contained the thick one-tailed chakra. Sasori-senpai, are we really going to take this as an exchange? Call, there's no way, we're not that guy's opponent, that's all we can do. Deidara continued. That kid said that Shao's real purpose is to make the whole world fall into illusion. It is true and false. If it is true, then I don't agree. How can the real art of explosion be fake in the environment? If that's the case, Deidara is the first easy one. Deidara, to be honest, I don't understand such a thing. Then, big brother Sasori, how do we explain to the leader? Speak half, hide half. What if Shao's real purpose is really the same as what that kid said? HMPH, if that's the case, we'll join that kid and deal with this fake organization together. Sasori shouted coldly. He is Sanagakure's S-Class renegade, and Deidara is Iwagakure's S-Class renegade. They all have their own art and their own dignity. Being manipulated by others like chess pieces, everyone is angry. Such an organization will not wait. Moreover, Sasori is already in pursuit of eternity. It doesn't make any sense in that false environmental fantasy. Uchiha Qiye has such strength and charisma. Sasori is still like this, not to mention Deidara, who is quite dedicated to art. Just now he saw Uchiha Kai's ability and thought it was a beautiful art. It is the first time he has seen such amazing art in more than 10 years, and it is impossible not to admire it. Come on, Deidara, this part of one-tailed chakra is enough. The land of winds, Sanagakure. Several sand shinobi ninjas hurried to Baki, all of them short of breath and red-faced. What is it, in such a hurry? It doesn't look like a ninja at all. Ma, Lord Baki. Lord Qiye is back. I'm home. Also, I just left in a hurry. I should bring some people to prepare weapons and make sure that I am ready to save Gaara. Baki thought so. Go on, no matter what manpower and weapons Lord Qiye wants, we Sanagakure will try our best to satisfy them. No, Baki-sama, Qiye-sama is not alone. Not alone? Could it be that other reinforcements from Konoha are also coming? Not so soon. Until then, the breathless sand shinobi ninja finally made it clear. Master Baki, Master Qiye is back with Gaara. Chapter 229. Advertisement. The sand shinobi ninja who came to speak was short of breath and his face was flushed red. Master Baki, Master Qiye is back with Gaara. What? Gaara was rescued. Baki and the others froze in place. How could it be so fast? Qiye just disappeared here for less than half an hour. And at this moment, the news they heard turned out to have come back. How did Master Qiye do it? This is an S-rank mission. And the opponent is still S-class betrayal. Not even their Sanagakure's 4th Kazekage Luo Sha, one-tailed Jinchuriki Gaara was captured alive. But dozens of minutes later, Baki and the others heard such good news. Unbelievable, really unbelievable. Baki and the others were dumbfounded, not knowing what they were going to do. Baki-sama, Baki-sama. The ninja on the side was still calling carefully. Oh, hurry up and meet Master Qiye. The news was too sudden, and Baki froze in place for a few seconds. When they saw Qiye and the sleeping Gaara, they immediately bowed. This time, it's Mr. Kai's work. Thank you Qiye-sama for saving Gaara. Master Qiye is really amazing, he really deserves to be the advisor beside Master Hokage. A series of flattery words came in. Indeed, Uchiha Qiye deserves such praise. Lord Qiye, how is Gaara? It's just that I fell asleep with anesthesia, and I can wake up after calling the medical ninja to deal with it. What are you doing? Send Gaara to the medical office soon. Baki shouted loudly. By the way, Mr. Qiye, how about the enemy, the puppet master and the clay bomber? Baki is looking forward to what kind of sparks Uchiha Qiye met when they met. Qiye smiled knowingly. They, hey, ashamed, almost killed them, and finally let them run away. I have to say, Shao's people are really powerful. Gollum. Hearing this, Baki swallowed. Listen, is this what people say? Who is on the other side? The guy on the other side who killed Luo Sha of 4th Kazekage. There are still 2 ninjas like this. And Uchiha Qiye said calmly that he almost killed them. Isn't this ninja hitting them Sanagakure? But that doesn't matter anymore. Now the country of wind is already a subsidiary country of the country of fire, and the procedures have been handed over. From now on, the ninja of their Sanagakure will also be the ninja of Konoha. Someday Konoha will let the ninjas of Sanagakure wear Konoha's forehead protector. At the same time, Baki and others were deeply moved. This is probably the fastest S-rank mission completed in the history of the ninja world. Uchiha Qiye came the fastest and completed the task the fastest. And Baki was also surprised to find that Uchiha Qiye was not stained with any dust. This is really unbelievable. This is an S-rank mission. Could it be that S-level tasks are so handy in front of Lord Qiye? Uchiha Qiye is probably the same for S-rank tasks as those Chunin and Jonin do for D-rank tasks. Even if it's hard to believe, it's true. Happened in their Sanagakure. And Baki also saw it in earnest. If you don't believe in Konoha, believe in Uchiha Qiye. Knowing that Qiye and Shao have nothing to do with each other. Otherwise, Baki thought Akatsuki's boss was Uchiha Qiye. Directed and acted such a good show. If it's really self-directed and self-acted, then it doesn't seem to do Uchiha Qiye any good. Now Baki understands a little bit. Why did 5th Hokage Tsunade feel at ease to let her advisor come, and she came over alone? That is trust, absolute trust. Master Qiye, didn't you say that Konoha's reinforcements will arrive tomorrow, so you can rest at Sand Shinobi today? Can. Although Sanagakure was more than half destroyed by the huge sand wall barrier, there are still intact buildings for Uchiha Qiye to rest. The current Uchiha Qiye is Sand Shinobi's superior, and the VIP among the VIPs. Naturally, he has a good reputation. As for Qiye, he slept when he came to Sand Shinobi a few years ago. That feeling greatly increased his strength. This is the second time to rest at Sanagakure after many years, and he would like to see how he will improve this time. Sanagakure's buildings are all earth-walled fortresses. Qiye can see the sand and dust outside through the glass, and listen to the fine sound of wind and sand, which is also a kind of enjoyment. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the task of rescuing one-tailed Jinchuriki. Open black lens bracket reward yin yang escape close black lens bracket open black lens bracket increase chakra by 25%. Open black lens bracket physical plus 100 close black lens bracket, spirit, chakra, physical strength is restored to the best state. Call Qiye breathed a sigh of relief. He likes to give and be rewarded. He won't pay for the kind of reward that can't be seen in return, or that can't be seen from time to time. Tisk tisk, yin and yang escape, this feels great, advertisement. Uchiha Qiye suddenly felt Akai's power in his body. This force seems to be able to do everything. Yin escape, creating form from the invisible. Yangdan, injecting life into the form. Yin Dun represents the power of the spirit, while Yang Dun represents the power of the body. Back then, Sage of 6 Paths used this yin and yang technique to divide 10 tails into 1 to 9 tails. The shell of 10 tails is Gedo statue. Tisk, Uchiha Qiye was lying on the bed comfortably, he enjoyed the power very much. The power to change the ultimate direction of the 8 inner gates, the power to save people from mortal extremity. Lying down, sleep came quietly. The next day, the sun shines on Kai's bed through the window. Kai's eyes slowly opened. Ah, what a wonderful sleep. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for a comfortable sleep close black lens bracket. Whether to upgrade Mangekyo Sharingan to Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Note. Only the name change, there is no change in the ability. Open black lens bracket increase chakra by 30% open black lens bracket mind, physical strength, chakra return to the best state close black lens bracket. Gravity control has been perfected, ah, that's all? This is Kai's first reaction at the moment. This sleep just restored his mental and physical strength to the best state, and he felt full of power. When I woke up, it was another beautiful day. The rest is just a small improvement in ability. The ability of the left eye tomb to travel to the future and the ability to go back in time has no time limit. The right-eyed Shingo is also an excellent support, and also has Shingo's Ice, the strongest attack that surpasses Amaterasu. In illusion, Qiye also has divine control, mind control and spiritual destruction. Full body Susanoo and the blessing of yin and yang escape, plus gravity control. Invincible, really invincible. In this ninja world, Qiye may have no match for him. The ability to go back in time Qiye was only used against Danzo. To deal with Danzo's distinguished heavenly gods, he was only going back a few minutes. With Kai's current chakra volume, going back a few decades doesn't seem to be a problem. Uchiha Itachi, the dutiful son Qiye can let Sasuke deal with him. Uchiha Obito, Qiye naturally will not let go, these two scum of the Uchiha clan. Killing them is not the coolest and most exciting. Suddenly, Kai's eyes lit up. He thought of a way to torture the two Uchiha scum. Dong dong dong. There was a steady and rhythmic knock on the door from outside. Master Qiye, is Master Qiye awake? This voice, Qiye was a little familiar, was Tamari. When I opened the door, it turned out to be Tamari with 4 yellow pineapple heads. Tamari is 3 years older than Gaara and is now 15. She is already a beauty. There was a faint blush on Tamari's pale cheeks. Qiye made a deep impression on Tamari when Qiye and Asuma came to Sanagakure on a mission a few years ago. After all, the Uchiha clan are all handsome guys. Young girls have no resistance to handsome guys, let alone a handsome guy like Uchiha Qiye. Tamari, who was originally a bright personality, also became embarrassed in front of a man he liked. Hey, isn't this Tamari, you look good, and all the toxins in your body have been eliminated. how are you feeling now? Qiye smiled and asked softly. Ah, this. Hearing these words, Temari's little heart thumped. Is Master Qiye caring about me? Mr. Qiye is really nice. Now that the Land of Wind is a vassal of the Land of Fire, does it mean that I will meet Master Qiye with more money in the future? Tisk tisk, Temari, what are you thinking about? You have a mission to meet Master Qiye. Thinking of this, Temari quickly shook his head. Well, thank you Lord Qiye for your concern. If it weren't for Lord Qiye, my brother Kankuro and I would probably be dead. A few years ago, when One-Tail Shuhei rioted, it was Uchiha Qiye from Sanagakure who stopped One-Tail's riot. And now, it was Uchiha Qiye who helped Sand Shinobi take back Gaara. Sand Shinobi will remember this great kindness in their hearts. Even more so for Temari, she has never seen a better ninja than Uchiha Qiye. Well, it's fine if you're okay. What about Kankuro and Gaara? My two younger brothers are all right. By the way, Mr. Qiye, Mr. Bucky said that he has something to discuss with you. Oh, I'll be right there. Outside Sanagakure, Kakashi and the others finally arrived at the top of the mountain outside the village of Sanagakure after rushing through the night. They were shocked when they saw Sanagakure, which was more than half covered with sand. Most of the buildings have been crushed by sand. Is this the trace after the battle with Akatsuki? Kakashi, Guy, Asuma, Shiranui Genma, Yamashiro Aoba and others were shocked. Even the torturer Ibizu was shocked by this scene. Just the two of Akatsuki turned Sanagakure into this look. You can see Akatsuki's terrifying power. For Akatsuki, Kakashi, Asuma, and Shiranui Genma, I have an intuitive experience. The three of them had fought against Kakuzu and Hidan, and if it wasn't for Uchiha Kai's reinforcements, the three of them would have been wiped out. When Kakashi appeared, the ninja from Sand Shinobi stepped forward to greet him. You are the reinforcements of Konoha-sama, Kakashi-sama, Asuma-sama, Genma-sama, Aoba-sama, Ibizu-sama and Guy-sama. The village's Mr. Baki is already waiting for you. The honorific title of Sand Shinobi Ninja made Kakashi and others stunned in place. Chapter 230. Advertisement Kakashi. Kakashi-sama, Asuma, Master Asuma. Yamashiro Aoba, Lord Aoba, Shiranui Shuenjian, Master Shuenjian. Mori Ibishi, Ibusuke-sama, Might Guy, Master Guy. Everyone was dumbfounded. They are not Sanagakure's ninjas, so how did they become Sand Shinobi's superiors? Seeing the doubts of these people, the Sand Shinobi ninja asked in amazement. Hey, don't you guys know that the Kingdom of Wind has become a vassal of the Kingdom of Fire, and Sanagakure is also managed by Konoha? What? This is pretty exciting news. Kakashi and others look at me, I look at you. Dare to Love Sand Shinobi was acquired by Konoha? Seeing everyone's astonishment, those Sand Shinobi ninjas understood. Kakashi and the others really didn't know. In this way, Konoha's impression in Sand Shinobi's mind is a little better. Upon receiving a confidential message from Sand Shinobi for help, Kakashi and the others rushed over without stopping. As for the news that the Land of Wind has become a vassal of the Land of Fire, they don't know at all. Being called so honorably for a while, Kakashi and others still can't get used to it. Take us to see Mr. Baki first. Kakashi and his party came to a spacious room, where Baki and the others were discussing something. I was pleasantly surprised to see Kakashi and the others coming. Mr. Kakashi, I didn't expect you to come so quickly. In 2 days, I rushed from Konoha to Sanagakure. For a ninja, it's already quite fast. Kakashi and the others didn't take much rest. When you are hungry, sleepy, and tired, you eat military ration pills. 1 is refreshing, and 2 are never tired. This stuff is a great item for ninjas on missions. Mr. Kakashi, you have traveled a long way to Sand Shinobi. Take a rest. We Sand Shinobi will take care of you. This time, Kakashi and others didn't understand even more. They learned from the mission. The 4th cage of Sanagakure died at the hands of Akatsuki, and the one-tailed Jinchuriki was also captured by Akatsuki. But when they came here, Kakashi and the others found that Sand Shinobi's ninjas didn't have the slightest anxiety. Rather, it is quite relaxed, and it feels like the joy of being born after a catastrophe. Could it be that this is the characteristic of Sand Shinobi? Also, shouldn't Kakashi and the others come to Sand Shinobi to tell them the enemy's information so that they can carry out the mission? But Baki actually let them rest first, and then entertained them. Weird, really weird. The team of 6 is headed by Kakashi. Hearing Baki's offer of hospitality, Kakashi immediately refused. Mr. Baki, let's talk about the enemy's information. Time is life. If you delay 1 second longer, one-tailed Jinchuriki's life will be in danger for another second. As for the hospitality, let's talk about it after we finish our mission. This is Konoha Shinobi, what a sense of responsibility. Baki asked himself if he would be so active if he accepted the entrustment of other countries, probably not. But Konoha's ninjas will. Baki is so moved. It is the right choice for the land of wind to belong to the land of fire. I didn't expect that 4th Kazekage Luo Sha died and made such a wise decision. Something doesn't seem right. Baki showed a suspicious look. Wait a minute, Kakashi, didn't anyone tell you? Oh, Mr. Baki, are you saying that the land of wind has become a vassal of the land of fire? We just found out. There's one more important thing, it's about this mission. This mission? The big stone in Kakashi's heart finally fell. He thought Sand Shinobi and the others weren't worried, but he was worried about Jinchuriki. This time, I finally talked about the task. In this S-rank mission, the opponent is still Akatsuki. Kakashi, they must be cautious and implement it with a 200% attitude. After all, the opponents are S-class rebels. Mr. Kakashi, don't you know that the mission to rescue Gaara has been completed? What? The crowd widened their eyes. Already done. Didn't we just come here? Why is it already finished? Could it be that Sand Shinobi's ninja rescued one-tailed Jinchuriki Gaara himself? Mr. Baki, did you rescue Jinchuriki yourself? No, it's Master Qiye, he came first, and he took Gaara back yesterday. Kakashi. Guy. Asuma. Shiranui Schwanma. Ibiki Mori. Yamashiro Aoba. The 6 were completely petrified. When did Mr. Qiye come here? Didn't he say he wouldn't be involved in this mission? The 6 of Kakashi were completely messed up. They also breathed a sigh of relief. Now that Jinchuriki has been rescued, they also don't have to face a terrifying opponent like Akatsuki. Advertisement Hidan and Kakuzu left a deep shadow in their hearts for Kakashi. Not to mention the strength of the other members of Akatsuki. However, this action is too fast. Konoha received information from Sand Shinobi the day before yesterday, and Kakashi and the others set off immediately. At that time, Kakashi and the others saw Uchiha Qiye in the advisory seat at the Hokage office. But by the time they got to Sunagakure, Qiye had already completed the task. It was done yesterday. Too fast. If only any ninja could do such a thing. Kakashi, they can only think of Uchiha Qiye. They were not so surprised by this. Kakashi can think of the reason why Qiye is so fast. There should be a time-space ninjutsu similar to his teacher's Yellow Flash Flying Thunder God. Otherwise it would not be so fast. Guy grinned, revealing his white and neat teeth. He stretched out his thumb and said with a smile, as expected of Mr. Qiye, young people or youth. Among these 6 people, only Ibiki Mori was not familiar with Uchiha Qiye, and only knew that he was a consultant. Ask Kakashi next to you softly. Hey, Kakashi, is Qiye-sama so powerful, and completed this S-rank mission so quickly? Kakashi smiled wryly. Well, I'm afraid you can't even imagine how powerful Qiye is. Hearing Kakashi's words, Morino Ibiki was taken aback. It's the first time he's heard Kakashi say this about other ninjas, something that even Kakashi's teacher, 4th Hokage, has never had before. Even Genma Shiranui and Asuma, who had seen a little bit of Kai's strength, were shocked by Uchiha Kai's strength and speed. I still remember the last time I took out Hidan and Kakuzu. And now, he has taken back Sand Shinobi's one-tailed Jinchuriki from Akatsuki. You know, the other party is the guy who killed 4th Kazekage. When Qiye was Genin, they were Jonin. Now Qiye is a Hokage advisor, Asuma they're still Jonin. But strength is no longer in one dimension. Akatsuki is full of S-rank rebellion, which is indeed terrifying. But now in the eyes of Asuma and the others, the more terrifying existence is Uchiha Qiye. Facing Akatsuki's S-rank rebellion, Qiye was able to handle it with ease, which had completely conquered Asuma and the others. I could only laugh bitterly in my heart. This guy Qiye is really a monster. Well, now we don't have to carry out this task that they thought was extremely dangerous but was easily completed by Qiye. Kakashi was speechless for a while. Who I am? What are we doing at Sunagakure? What task to perform? In the end, it was found that the execution was a loneliness. I made a soy sauce and ran for nothing. No wonder Sand Shinobi's expression is very relaxed, so the mission has already been completed. Then, they can only enjoy Sunagakure's reception. Shame in my heart. As Konoha's elite Jonin, he did nothing. No, after 2 days of running around, they were all relieved to hear that the mission was completed. Kakashi. Find a seat and sit down and have a cup of tea, isn't it beautiful? Mr. Baki, has Lord Qiye left or is he still here? Master Qiye rested here for a night yesterday, and I have already called someone to call him. After a while, Uchiha Qiye who came to the venue saw several familiar figures of Kakashi and the others. Greeted one by one. Yo, Kakashi, Guy. Long time no see, you guys came so fast. Kakashi. Asuma. I can't help but complain, no matter how fast you are. Qiye is really praising them. At Jonin's speed, the 2 days from Konoha to Sunagakure was already quite fast. Qiye knew that Kakashi and the others hardly rested on the road. Master Qiye, Didn't you say you wouldn't participate in this mission? Why did you come here anyway? This, a temporary rise. Several people in Kakashi said that you are a superior, strong, and everything is right. By the way, Mr. Qiye, did you kill Akatsuki's members again this time? Uchiha Qiye shook his head with a serious look on his face. No, I almost killed them, and finally let them escape. Kakashi and the others rarely saw Qiye show such a solemn expression. It seems that there is still a powerful presence in Shao, who was able to escape from Master Kai's hands. That was already pretty awesome. The last time Kakashi and the others saw, Hidan and Kakuzu were killed by Qiye without even a chance to escape. And this time, they actually let them escape. Shao, there is still something. Of course Qiye was fooling Kakashi and the others, he wouldn't say that Deidara and Sasori were let go on purpose. Fabricating Akatsuki's terrifying strength, let Kakashi and the others not take it lightly. And Kakashi and the others rarely saw Qiye so serious, so naturally they believed it. Because Qiye used to be lazy and confident. The same is true when facing Kakuzu and Hidan, showing the ability to completely play each other with applause. Qiye simply gave Kakashi their Deidara message. One is a ninja who uses explosive clay, and the other is a puppet master. Puppet master? Sanagakure is the best puppet in the ninja world. When Qiye said Sasori's name, Baki and the others were completely stunned. Meanwhile, Sasori and Deidara have arrived at Akatsuki's base, chapter 231. Advertisement Sasori? Baki, they haven't heard the name for a long time. Sasori of Akasha is a genius puppet master that they rarely see in Sanagakure for 100 years. Most of the puppets used by Sand Shinobi ninjas are still made by Sasori. More than 20 years ago, Sasori of Red Sand mysteriously disappeared. Unexpectedly, when I heard the news of him at this time, he had already joined that evil organization. What's even more bizarre is that after Sasori disappeared in Sanagakure, third generation, known as the strongest Kazekage, also lost information. When Baki they heard Qiye say that third Kazekage had died at the hands of Sasori and was made a puppet. Then it all makes sense. Tisk tisk, mother-in-law Chiyo really has a good grandson. Baki's face showed a stern look and he couldn't help sneering. In a dark cave, Ju's figure emerged from the soil. It looked as if it had merged with the earth. Payne, Deidara and Sasori are back. Deidara and Sasori are no different than usual, everyone else on this ghetto statue finger is a camouflage phantom. Only Sasori and Deidara are the entities themselves. Payne's rippling eyes looked at Deidara and Sasori. How are you, Deidara, Sasori, one-tailed Jinchuriki? Boss, there was a little accident in the middle, but we took out part of the chakra from one tail, which can also be used. Accident? Payne's face froze. Far away in Rain Shinobi village, Payne uses occult magic to control the seal of ghetto statue. Well, one-tailed Jinchuriki was about to get it, but Konoha's ninja killed it. The opponents were all elite Jonin. At that time, there was no hope of snatching one-tailed Jinchuriki, so we kept our hands and took away a large portion of one-tailed chakra from Jinchuriki. The leader once said that even if there is no tail beast, it is possible to have chakra, because the tail beast is a collection of chakra. Sasori's remarks are basically flawless. Deidara on the side nodded. Brother Sasori and I not only drew chakra from one tail, but also let Sand Shinobi and Konoha's ninjas see my art. Sanagakure has been destroyed by me, and fourth Kazekage has also been killed by me. Are Konoha Shinobi players so quick? Payne frowned slightly. The Land of Wind and the Land of Fire are allies. Konoha's ninjas may have already been ambushed in Sanagakure. And Deidara and Sasori not only killed fourth Kazekage, but also took part of one-tailed chakra from the rebel army. This is pretty good already. What Jonin are there in Konoha? There is that copy ninja Kakashi, and the guy with the watermelon head who is a master of individual skills. I don't know the others. Sasori and Deidara are also aware of some Konoha Shinobi people. Payne looked at Itachi. Itachi, how strong are these Konoha Shinobi fighters? Sharingan Kakashi and Might Guy, both are the best of Konoha Jonin, even I have to be careful. Itachi's remarks are more or less modest, but Sasori and Deidara have shown their situation at the time. Konoha sent 6 or 7 elite Jonin here, and Deidara and Sasori killed 4th Kazekage while also destroying Sanagakure, and pulled out part of one-tailed chakra. This can be said to be quite powerful. Payne pondered for a while. Deidara, Sasori, thank you for your hard work. Now let's seal that part of one-tailed chakra. Deidara and Sasori jumped onto the stone pillar. There are so many eyes on the ghetto statue, which is very scary at first glance. Kakuzu and Hidan are killed. The seal will take a little longer, but this time it's just a part of chakra. It will be very fast. It seems necessary to continue recruiting people. These Akatsuki members are all wandering outside to catch tailed beasts. The seals were all summoned by Payne through secret techniques, and these camouflage phantoms sealed the tailed beasts for a long time. If it is a complete tailed beast, it will take at least a day to seal it. Although there are 2 less people now, but only part of the chakra will be fast. During the seal, Deidara winked at Sasori. It seems to be saying, "Senior is a senior. When you flicker, your face is not red and your heart is not beating." That's because Sasori was inside the puppet, and Payne and the others saw Sasori fooling around again. In fact, to be precise, Sasori is not a fool, he just exaggerated the truth. At the time of the invasion of Sanagakure, there were no Konoha shinobi at all. Sasori successfully caught one tail, and Deidara also killed 4th Kazekage and destroyed Sanagakure. This is an indisputable fact. Deidara and Sasori just fooled around with Uchiha Qiye. Yes, they got one-tailed Jinchuriki, but it was taken back by Uchiha Qiye, and this part of one-tail chakra was not obtained by them, but given to them both by Qiye. More importantly, both Deidara and Sasori were defeated by Uchiha Qiye. How could Deidara and Sasori say such a shameful thing? Did you say that they have no place in Akatsuki at all? This is definitely a shame for Deidara and Sasori. The 2 deal with one, and they are both controlled. The other side did not kill, they survived. This is something that must not be said to the other people in Shao. This is the secret that only belongs to Deidara and Sasori. Advertisement. What's more, Deidara and Sasori have to find a truth in Akatsuki. To see if what Uchiha Qiye said is true or not, Akatsuki is the man behind the mask, a fae. The others are basically pawns. If it's false, it's that Uchiha Qiye wants them to strife and disintegrate from within. Deidara and Sasori couldn't resist this kind of split, they could see it at a glance. But Deidara and Sasori know. The 2 of them were already bound by Uchiha Qiye by then. Qiye can completely kill them, it's not much easier than creating infighting. But Qiye chose to let it go. Deidara and Sasori went to find the truth by themselves, and also reminded them. This makes Sasori and Deidara feel that things are not so simple. Sasori and Deidara had a lot of thoughts in their minds, and the seal had already passed more than half. Sasori glanced at the Scarlet Sharingan, Uchiha Itachi on the camouflage phantom. At this time, Itachi and Kisame were not at the base, and both of them were shopping outside to find the trail of the tailed beast. But now it's seal time. Itachi and Kisame both stopped and maintained the seal quietly. Sasori broke the silence. Itachi, didn't you say that the Uchiha family was wiped out? Why are there still people calling themselves Uchiha among those Konoha shinobi people? Yeah, he also has a pair of Sharingans, Sharingan? Uchiha. Hearing these 2 words, Itachi, who was thousands of miles away, slowly opened his tightly closed eyes. It couldn't be his younger brother Uchiha Sasuke, then it was the man. Itachi in the dark stone room spoke. You're talking about Uchiha Qiye? Deidara. Probably, he calls himself Uchiha anyway, Itachi rolled his scarlet eyes. Uchiha Qiye was an accident. That night, Itachi had already killed the Uchiha clan. Old people, children, and even some ordinary people who have not opened Sharingan have become the ghosts of Itachi. Afterwards, a person suddenly appeared in Itachi's mind. This man is also of Uchiha's clan, and Itachi didn't find him in that killing. It's just that Qiye didn't have a sense of existence at that time. He was just an ordinary clan, and he didn't even turn on Sharingan. That man is Uchiha Qiye. But in line with the principle that none of the other clansmen except Sasuke will be spared. Itachi, who had already completed his mission, returned to the Uchiha clan again. When I came to the place where Qiye lived, I didn't find Qiye. Itachi was also quite surprised, but there is no time left. It's almost dawn. The higher-ups of Konoha will deal with the affairs of the Uchiha clan, and Itachi cannot stay in Konoha village. He still has the task of going undercover, so Uchiha Qiye became a fish that slipped through the net overnight. The word unexpectedly came out of Itachi's mouth. This shocked Deidara and Sasori. Because Itachi's mind is very meticulous, he has always been cautious, and he has performed many tasks to solve it perfectly. But in addition to Sasuke as the stain of Itachi in the mission, the other is Uchiha Qiye. In Itachi's impression, Uchiha Qiye is just an ordinary Uchiha clan, not even a Sharingan. He and Qiye had never met a few times at all, only occasionally in the clan. He and Qiye did not have any intersection, and did not say a word. But has such a person become Konoha Jonin? Itachi glanced at his hands and asked Sasori. How about the strength of that Uchiha Qiye? His strength is already Jonin's level, and he has 3 Tomo Sharingan. Sasori didn't talk about Kai's bizarre power and Mangekyo Sharingan. If the mysterious freezing power of Qiye, the ability similar to gravity, and the teleportation are all said, wouldn't that be a retelling of the scene where he and Deidara played against Qiye? Then he and Deidara and the result is a fiasco. This kind of shameful thing will never be said before they can figure out the authenticity of Kai's words and Akatsuki's ultimate purpose. If I said that, it would have been a waste of time before, and slapped him and Deidara in the face. Uchiha Qiye. Hearing the name, he definitely came out and said a few words. All kinds of information in the general ninja world are collected absolutely. The secret of the daimyo, the relationship between the villages, the information of the ninja, etc. Speaking of which, this Uchiha Qiye is quite unusual. Oh, how is it unusual? Rao is Payne, and is also interested in this Uchiha Qiye. Uchiha Qiye is now a Hokage consultant. The youngest one must have a certain strength, and Konoha's performance has caused a stir in the ninja world. Not only that, Konoha village was the first village to declare war on Shao. Nagato of Rain Shinobi village was panting, his parents died at the hands of the Konoha shinobi. Now Konoha has declared war on them again, saying that they dare to step into the country of fire and see one kill another. As the leader on Zhao Ming's face, how can he swallow this kind of anger? But Nagato, who has gone through the war, the death of his parents and the death of his companions, understands the big picture. You can only hold back. When the nine-tailed beasts are collected, then he can make the world feel pain. The first one is Konoha, Chapter 232 Advertisement. The current Nagato can only hold back. With his legs disabled by Danzo's detonator, Nagato, who has lost his mobility, can only control everything by controlling Payne. He controls Payne, and Obito the masked man controls him. The seal of one-tail chakra has reached its final stage. He will continue to talk about Konoha. The current Konoha village is quite hockey in the ninja world. Completely won the battle between the Land of Frost and Cloud Shinobi village, and directly defeated Cloud Shinobi village. Everyone, several senior executives of Konoha, Danzo, Homura, Kaharu have been cleaned up by Tsunade. What? Everyone was stunned. Itachi was expressionless, but inside was the one who was the most shocked. First, third Hokage was killed by Orochimaru, and now, Danzo, Homura, Kaharu, the three high-level Konoha leaders, have died one after another. What is this leaf for? These old guys are the high-level people who gave Itachi the task of slaughtering a family. Also, Uchiha Itachi joined Akatsuki at third Hokage's instigation. Let Itachi guard Konoha village in the dark. Now that they are all dead, Itachi seems to be at a loss. After all, 5th Hokage didn't know that he was the undercover agent that the village planted in Akatsuki. I also don't know the truth about the Uchiha clan. He, Uchiha Itachi, is just Konoha's S-class rebel. Looks like it's time to go back to the village, Itachi pondered inwardly. Konoha has undergone a lot of cleaning, which is something Akatsuki could not have imagined. No wonder he has the confidence to declare war on Shao, but there is something. Looking to Payne. Don't you think Konoha village has changed drastically since Tsunade, one of the Sanins, became Konoha's 5th Hokage? By the way, there is another very important thing. Erwei did not dissipate into the world with Jinchuriki. Some people have seen Erwei appear in the forest of the Land of Fire. What? Payne's turbulent eyelines suddenly condensed. That means that before Jinchuriki died, the second tail had been pulled out. Another good thing for Konoha shinobi people, because Akatsuki knew that Neo Jinchuriki died in the battle with the Konoha shinobi. This is exactly what they want, and wild-tailed beasts are much easier to catch. Everyone, the villages with tailed beasts are all guarding us, and Akatsuki's movements are going to speed up. The one-tail chakra seal was completed, and Payne finally left this sentence. All other camouflage phantoms disappeared, leaving only Deidara and Sasori in the dark stone room, eerily quiet. Brother Sasori, do you want to take a break? No, let's go outside for a walk. Huge white birds soared in the sky, and there were two figures in black robes and red cloud cloaks, which were Sasori and Deidara. Brother Sasori, do you care about what Uchiha Qiye said? Why, you don't care? There's something wrong here, Payne initially said that he wanted to establish a war mercenary organization that would terrorize countries. But now, they are almost the public enemies of the 5 great powers. Could there be any ninja village that would hire them? At least the shinobi village with Jinchuriki should not. Even the Land of the Earth, which had cooperated before, already regarded them as enemies. Because they took 4 tails Jinchuriki from rock shinobi. In addition to the 5 major countries, who started wars and hired them, there should be only small countries. Deidara, let's continue our search for the truth. I thought so too, In the Valley of the End, Obito, the masked man, sits on the huge stone statue of Uchiha Madara, looking up at the sky. I felt a figure slowly emerge from the side. Afei, won't you tell about Uchiha Qiye? When the one tail was sealed, he definitely just said a few words about Uchiha Qiye. The one who really knows the strength of Uchiha Qiye is the masked man Obito. When Itachi said that there was still a Uchiha clan unsolved, then the masked man Obito went to find the remnant of the Uchiha clan. Also, Obito, the masked man, had a fight with Qiye. That was a few years ago. At the time, Obito thought he almost won. But he was still freed by Uchiha Qiye. The terrifying chill emanating from Uchiha Qiye was still fresh in Obito's memory. The same is true of that strange ice evasion ability. The battle was over in the end. In the end, because the ninja of Konoha was disturbed, the masked man Obito didn't want to be exposed to the public, so he ran away. Several years have passed, and now Konoha has changed dramatically. Masked man Obito believes there must be a reason for Uchiha Qiye in this. Don't tell other people about Uchiha Qiye, I will deal with him myself. From the masked man Obito's point of view, Uchiha Qiye should also have Mangekyo Sharingan. That weird ice escape ability might be his Mangekyo Sharingan ability. Because each Uchiha tribe's ability to unlock Mangekyo is almost different. His own Mangekyo is the ability of time and space, Kamui. Advertisement and Uchiha Itachi's is the illusion attack Tsukuyomi and the physical attack Amaterasu. Shisui's is even more different, it is pure illusion, distinguished heavenly gods. That eye, should I take it back? Obito muttered. Madara once said to him that only 2 complete Sharingans can exert their greatest power. The Kamui of his right eye is perfect for defense, but when it comes to attacking and maximizing the power of his other eye is essential. Seemingly seeing what Obito was thinking, Ju asked meaningfully, "What's the matter, Afe, do you want to recycle the Sharingan from Kakashi?" Obito under the mask didn't know what to say, and his tone became a little cold. "Absolutely, don't mention that name in front of me, I want to get that eye back." Shish. A light rain fell in the sky, and Ju's figure disappeared into the ground. The masked man Obito's right eye is his own, and he transplanted the Sharingan in his left eye. In the night of the genocide, Obito also collected a lot of Sharingans. He personally destroyed his own Uchiha clan, and he also participated in it. There is no reason to return a gift that is sent out. But for Lin, everything is worth it. The reason why Obito gave Sharingan to Kakashi in the first place. It was because he felt that he was going to die. At that time, Kakashi had just become Jonin. As the same team, he was the only one who didn't give him a gift. So, in desperation, Obito gave Kakashi his left eye. Let Kakashi take care of Rin and see the future with this Sharingan. However, Kakashi didn't keep the promise and didn't protect Rin at all. And Rin still died under Kakashi's rakery, and Obito himself came back to life, and Obito, who witnessed Lin's death, completely despaired of the world. His Obito's future doesn't need Kakashi to see. Now Obito believes that Kakashi is not qualified to use that Sharingan at all. So, his right eye, Obito himself must get it back. For infinite Tsukuyomi, for that ideal world, for Rin. Sharingan in his pupils squinted quietly. The masked man Obito said coldly, "Kakashi, replace my eye, you don't deserve to use it. If the powers of the 2 Mangekyo Sharingan Kamui are gathered, add everything that one has. Project Tasuki no Mi, no one can stop it." Thinking of this, Obito's mask showed a strange smile, and the entire space began to distort, and Obito's figure slowly disappeared with the distortion of the space. Country of Tien, Yin Village, this is the village established by Orochimaru. Congratulations, Sasuke-kun, for successfully opening the Mangekyo Sharingan. At this time, Sasuke's eyes were no longer the ordinary 3-tomo Sharingan, but the Mangekyo Sharingan with a hexagram pattern. A month ago, through intense mental stimulation and hatred of Itachi, Orochimaru allows Sasuke to successfully open the Mangekyo Sharingan. Amaterasu. Swish, Sasuke's eyes narrowed suddenly, and Orochimaru's experimental body instantly burst into black flames. Flame control. Amaterasu's black flames changed form, forming a cage that trapped Orochimaru's experimental body in it. Then, Amaterasu's black flame disappeared again. It was Sasuke's pupil power that made the black flame disappear. Seeing this scene on the side, he couldn't help but praised. "Sasuke-kun, your control of the black flame has surpassed Itachi, and now you also have the Mangekyo Sharingan. In terms of pupil power, you are already on the same level as Itachi." This compliment is thankless. Sasuke's scarlet pupils stared at him suddenly, and a cold murderous intent radiated from him. "Kabuto, it's better not to mention that name in front of me, or I'll kill you." Kabuto's heart was chilled by this overwhelming murderous intent, his face was sweating, and he didn't dare to speak. Orochimaru on the side rounded up the scene. "Oops, Kabuto, don't mess with the young people." "Got it." Orochimaru-sama was quite upset. "Cut, if it wasn't for me and Orochimaru-sama, would you be able to open the Mangekyo Sharingan so quickly, what the heck?" In contrast, I immediately felt that Uchiha Kai's character was much better. The man that even Orochimaru-sama fears is not on the same level as Uchiha Sasuke. After all, Uchiha Sasuke's family suffered, and his heart was twisted. Hey, Sasuke is like this, as soon as he gets a new power, he feels invincible. Kabuto raised his eyebrows, thinking so, and retreated to the background. Orochimaru licked his lips with his long tongue. "How is it, Sasuke-kun, is it time for revenge?" "Not enough, it's not enough," Sasuke looked into his own eyes, and the power he had so far made him feel that it was far from enough. Orochimaru squinted and smiled, as expected of Sasuke-kun, being so cautious. Itachi's power is more than that, and you are indeed far from enough. After practicing Mangekyo Sharingan for more than a month, Sasuke felt that his vision had begun to blur. Now he can use the skeleton Shinigami like Susanoo, but it is a huge burden on the body. Before he could find Itachi, Sasuke was afraid he was going blind. After studying the Sharingan of the Uchiha family for so long, Orochimaru naturally found a way to deal with it. I have an experiment that can not only eliminate the side effects of your Mangekyo Sharingan, but also greatly improve your pupil strength. How about it, do you want to try it? HMPH, as long as I have the power to kill that man, why wouldn't I dare? Chapter 233. Advertisement. Orochimaru has studied the Sharingan of the Uchiha family for a long time, and he has a way to eliminate the side effects of Sharingan. Sasuke-kun, I have an experiment, I don't know if you want to try it. This experiment can not only eliminate the side effects of your Mangekyo Sharingan, but also greatly improve your pupil strength. How about it? HMPH, as long as I have the power to kill that man, why wouldn't I dare? After opening the Mangekyo Sharingan, Sasuke once returned to the Uchiha clan to see the stone tablet left in the Nanga shrine. With Mangekyo Sharingan, he can see even more. The Senju clan is mentioned on the stone tablet, and what he can see in the Mangekyo Sharingan stops there. The rest can only be seen by higher level pupils. Orochimaru gestured to Sasuke with a 2. Sasuke-kun, I have 2 methods to eliminate the side effects of your Mangekyo Sharingan, and to greatly improve your pupil power. One is to transplant Senju Hashirama cells. Orochimaru doesn't know what's on the Uchiha steel though. But he can prove it through assumptions and experiments. Practice is the only criterion for testing truth. It has been so since ancient times. Orochimaru, a scientist in the ninja world, has always believed in truth and science, so how could he let it go? This situation has been fully verified in Danzo. In a way, Danzo became Orochimaru's strongest experiment. Danzo has simply been reduced to a toolman for the Orochimaru experiment. In Danzo, Orochimaru learned that Hashirama cells and Sharingan complement each other. Hashirama cells have always been something Orochimaru has been researching. The Hashirama cells transplanted into Danzo are not even 10% pure, and they have already suppressed so many Sharingans. Balances the mental and physical strength of Danzo while eliminating the side effects of Sharingan. Then, transplanting Hashirama cells into Sasuke can eliminate the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan. In fact, as Orochimaru thought, Hashirama cells were able to eliminate the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan. The reason why Obito is able to use the Kamui is that there are Hashirama cells in the body. Let Obito both chakra and pupil power have been greatly improved. Mangekyo Sharingan's ability Kamui will never be blind no matter how he uses his eyes. But Kakashi was sad. Kakashi Kamui, who does not have Hashirama cells, is used too much. In the original book, he was short-sighted during the 4th Ninja War. When teaming up with Guy, 4th Hokage, Gaara against Madara, used Kamui up close to see Madara's truth-seeking ball. So Gaara used sand to send Kakashi into the air, letting Kakashi use Kamui at close range to create a gap in Madara's truth-seeking ball defense. It was from this gap that Guy, who opened the 8 gate, hit Madara hard. You know, Kakashi's right eye Kamui is a long-range attack. Kakashi used Kamui on Deidara from a few dozen meters away. But by the 4th Ninja World War, he was nearsighted. Transplanting Hashirama cells eliminates the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan, the first method of Orochimaru. Now Orochimaru is quite proficient in the research of first-generation cells. The purity can reach 70%, which is quite high, and it will not repel Sasuke's body, which Orochimaru has demonstrated through experiments. Hashirama cells. Sasuke chuckled lightly. He knew that Senju Hashirama was called the god of ninjas, but he didn't know why Senju Hashirama could be called the god of ninjas. After all, Sasuke and Senju Hashirama are not from the same era. And the magic of Hashirama cells is enough to illustrate this point. Then what is the second method, Orochimaru? Sasuke's tone was like an order, showing no respect for Orochimaru at all. Of course, Sasuke is like that, and Orochimaru is used to it. Rather than saying that Orochimaru is used to it, it is better to say that Orochimaru is used to being a licking dog because he wants to see the wind blowing from Sasuke too much. The second-person method is a bit special. Orochimaru smiled evilly. Transplanting a next of Kaien Sharingan can upgrade Mangekyo Sharingan to Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. The side effects of Mangekyo will disappear, and the operator will get a new pupil power. Transplanting a next of Kaien Sharingan? Indeed, such a thing was recorded on the Uchiha stele. Sasuke saw it too. However, Sasuke's only close relative is Uchiha Itachi. To get Itachi's Sharingan, you must kill him first. Isn't this early revenge? It seems that only the first way can be taken? Sasuke pondered inwardly. Orochimaru disagreed. Sasuke-kun, I don't have the Sharingan of your Uchiha clan, and I don't know the contents of your Uchiha clan's stone tablet. This is what Uchiha Qiye told me. Lord Qiye? At this time, Orochimaru's eyes narrowed slightly and he grinned. Sasuke-kun, one of my Sharingan samples was cloned from your father, Uchiha Fugaku, so it would be good for you. Orochimaru has many cloned experimental subjects, and the title of ninja scientist is not a cover. Sasuke. My father's eyes, father, I will show you Uchiha Itachi's death with your eyes. This is Sasuke's view, the best revenge, the happiest revenge. So Sasuke-kun, which one do you choose? Advertisement. Orochimaru, what is there to choose? These two, I want both, Sharingan's transplant and Hashirama cells, I will become stronger. Take it all, it does get stronger. Sasuke has given everything to gain strength. Orochimaru smiled. Have it all, it really fits your style, Sasuke-kun. Sasuke can't wait for power. Start now, Orochimaru. Since meeting Uchiha Kai's Susanoo, Sasuke knew he could use this power too. With the Mangekyo Sharingan, he opened Susanoo to the second stage and his body was already in excruciating pain. However, after transplanting his father's eyes and Hashirama cells, Sasuke believes that he will definitely be able to use the complete Susanoo. After transplanting Hashirama cells, chakra will also be greatly improved. Orochimaru. Sasuke-kun, the new eyes and Hashirama cells will have a period of adaptation, you need to calm down and slowly adjust to the new body and eyes. I see, Orochimaru, let's start the experiment. Indeed, Orochimaru knows that transplanting Hashirama cells or the eyes of a close relative can eliminate the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan. But what puzzled Orochimaru was the man, Uchiha Qiye. He also had Mangekyo Sharingan, but Orochimaru found that Qiye didn't seem to be bothered by Mangekyo Sharingan's side effects. He knew that Qiye didn't have first-generation cells, nor a close relative of the Sharingan transplant. So how does Uchiha Qiye eliminate Mangekyo Sharingan side effects? I don't know about this, Orochimaru. Because of this, Kai's mysterious and powerful strength is the reason why Orochimaru is most curious. After the surgery, Sasuke will sleep for a while. When he wakes up, the entire ninja world will undergo earth-shaking changes. Sasuke believes that when he wakes up, Itachi will die. On the other hand, Uchiha Qiye and Kakashi stayed in Sanagakure for a few days. Gaara, Kankuro and Temari have all recovered from their injuries. Before leaving, Baki led Temari and the others to see them off in person. The current Sanagakure is temporarily managed by Baki. Konoha assigned several elite ninjas to restore and manage Sanagakure. The Land of Wind becomes a vassal of the Land of Fire. Sanagakure has also become an affiliated village of Konoha Village. Temari was a little reluctant to see Uchiha Kai's figure leaving, and asked Baki beside him. Baki-sensei, won't we be banned from going to Konoha Village in the future? Well, of course, we are already Konoha's ninjas in a way, and the most important thing now is to rebuild Sanagakure with them. Rebuilding Sanagakure is their most important task at the moment. Sanagakure will still exist, Tsunade didn't have them swapped for Konoha's forehead protector. Temari thought that when the reconstruction of Sanagakure was completed, she could go to Konoha to meet Kie-sama. She is looking forward to it. Passionate Temari clenched his fists. Kankuro, Gaara, let's restore Sanagakure to its original form together. The cheerful and optimistic Temari is back. Kankuro and Gaara haven't seen Temari's smiling face since 4th Kazukage's death. The Land of Fire, Konoha Village. Kakashi reported the main situation of the mission to Tsunade with a look of helplessness. When he reported the task situation, he also reported a loneliness. Because before they came, the task had been completed by Uchiha Qiye. Now Kakashi just repeats what Uchiha Qiye said. Lord Hokage, the Land of Wind has become a vassal of the Land of Fire, what should the ninjas of Sand Shinobi do? As Konoha's military advisor, Nara Shikahisa has been thinking about this issue. This is an extremely important issue, and civil unrest can occur if we are not careful. As for the Sanagakure matter, Tsunade had already thought of a solution. They can't always exist as Sand Shinobi ninjas, so if those Sand Shinobi ninjas come to Konoha, there will inevitably be discrimination among the ninjas. Naturalize Sanagakure ninjas and make them self-identified as Konoha Shinobi. Also, Sanagakure's becoming a Konoha-affiliated village does not need to be announced at the moment. Naturalized Sand Shinobi ninjas put on Konoha Shinobi's forehead protector and declared Sanagakure to be a Konoha-affiliated village. At present, the Land of Wind is still an independent country. And Sanagakure is also an independent village. Nara Shikaku nodded, this is indeed the safest way at the moment. For Tsunade's political leadership, even Nara Shikuhisa, who is Konoha's military advisor, is quite admired. Konoha will help Sand Shinobi Ninja rebuild the village together as an ally. After everyone started their own business, Tsunade was the only one left in the Hokage office. Shizune went back with Dudu. After a long day at work, Tsunade stretched. Oops, Hokage is really bad. In an instant, Kai's figure appeared on the advisor's seat. Tsunade was used to this elusive brat. Boy, you can't do it here. Qiye smiled. You haven't been to my Uchiha's house yet, come to my house tonight. Chapter 234 Advertisement Boy, you can't do it here. Tsunade rolled his eyes at Uchiha Qiye. The last time she was here with Qiye, it made his hips hurt. So this time, Tsunade won't be killed here. How could I make Hokage-sama uncomfortable? Go to my Uchiha family's house. Indeed, Tsunade hadn't been to Kai's house for so long. Okay, I'll listen to you this time. Tsunade pursed his red lips. She enjoyed the feeling of full energy after sleeping with Qiye. It was the most comfortable time. It is also the time when Tsunade is most comfortable physically and mentally. Thinking of this, Tsunade scolded himself inwardly. Tsunade, what's wrong with you being greedy for Kai's body? Do you still have a bit of Hokage style? At the same time, another voice sounded in my heart. Don't listen to her nonsense, Tsunade. Don't people live according to their own heart, how to feel comfortable, and the ninja's 3 bands did not prohibit this. Tsunade, come on. When Tsunade was thinking a lot, Qiye had come to her side. Tsunade subconsciously took a step back at the pretty face that suddenly appeared in front of him at close range. The pale cheeks became extremely red. Little devil, don't slap your face suddenly, you scared me to death. Qiye looked at Tsunade, who was stunned, and smiled evilly. For some reason, from Kai's inexplicable smile, Tsunade felt completely uneasy from the bottom up. Suddenly, a huge and powerful hand wrapped around his slender waist. A soft voice came from his ear. Come on, Lord Hokage, I'll show you around my home. This night is doomed to be long. A few more months passed, but nothing major happened in the ninja world. Since the Cloud Shinobi village was deflated under Konoha, 4th Raikage did not make any big moves, but was surprisingly quiet. This is very inconsistent with 4th Raikage's resolute style. The big country is not willing to join forces with him to deal with Konoha. Cloud Shinobi village can only find the small country. Raikage got angry and even set his sights on Akatsuki. Sanagakure is still being rebuilt, and there is no movement in the land of water and land. But Akatsuki, recently, news about them has come out from the ninja world. Outside Konoha village, Qiye was lying on the grass looking at the blue sky, quite comfortable. Suddenly, a small snake crawled out from the depths of the forest. Humph, Orochimaru. Mr. Orochimaru, come out, there are no outsiders here. Tisk tisk, as expected of Kie-kun, I still feel so sharp. Along with Orochimaru, in addition to Kabuto, there is also one-armed boy Kimimaro. Kie lost Kimimoro's arm. But because of dead bone pulse, having an arm doesn't matter much to Kimimaro anymore. Kie-kun, long time no see, they all greeted Kie warmly. After spending some time with Uchiha Sasuke, Kabuto realized that Sasuke has a bad temper. He also looked like he was invincible in the world, and he was very dragged. Kie, who is known as the Uchiha clan, looks much better to Kabuto. Orochimaru, what's the matter? You're not here just to be polite to me, are you? Ha ha. Advertisement. Orochimaru licked his lips with his long tongue. No way, it's a habit that can't be changed. I heard that Kie-kun recently fought with Akatsuki's people? Did you say Hidan and Kakuzu? They've gone to hell. Ah, this? Kie was talking about an easy and ordinary thing. But it was such an easy and ordinary thing that surprised Orochimaru. Xiaoyuan's Hidan and Kakuzu in the organization have been killed by Kie-kun. Orochimaru has been asking Kabuto to gather information about Akatsuki. He knew before that Hidan and Kakuzu were killed in the Land of Fire. It was Uchiha Kai's shot that he didn't expect. The 2 zombies thought of Konoha to grab Jinchuriki. Isn't it courting death? I just let them go to hell a little earlier. The corner of Orochimaru's mouth twitched when he heard those words. The man in front of him was so terrifying. No wonder Tsunade was able to declare war on Akatsuki with haki. That's because Konoha has a man like Uchiha Qiye. If he is Hokage and Uchiha Qiye is around, Orochimaru would dare to declare war on Akatsuki. Orochimaru had been with Akatsuki for a while, and he knew that Akatsuki's purpose was to collect tailed beasts and then conquer the world. The thoughtful Orochimaru naturally did not believe that Akatsuki's purpose was just like that. In Shao, he saw something deeper, which was not in line with his philosophy at all. Coupled with the failure to capture Itachi's body, Orochimaru had to leave that organization. Kie-kun, how much do you know about Shao, this organization? I don't know much about it. I heard that Orochimaru you worked there, and I heard that all of them are talented. Orochimaru, why don't you talk about it? Kie showed a playful smile. Just kidding, no one knows better than him. He just wanted to tease Orochimaru. After all, Orochimaru can be both male and female, uncle and aunt. Akatsuki can be said to be the common enemy of Orochimaru and Konoha. Tell Kie that Akatsuki is the first thing Orochimaru came to see Uchiha Qiye. Orochimaru introduced Pen, Konan, Ju, Uchiha Itachi, Hoshigaki Kisame, Sasori, Deidara, Hidan, Kakuzu and other members one by one. Kie also listened with gusto. Kie-kun, Uchiha Itachi is familiar to everyone. Needless to say, but Akatsuki has joined a new member. Orochimaru gave Kabuto a wink. Kabuto walked forward knowingly. Kie-kun, the new ninja who joined Akatsuki, wears an orange Uzumaki mask, named ahhhhh. Kabuto is Sasori's undercover agent beside Orochimaru, and Orochimaru's undercover agent beside Sasori. The reason why they are similar to Uchiha Itachi is that both of them are double agents. So Kabuto Master wrote Akatsuki's latest information. Kie-kun, I'm very curious about the identity of that masked man, ahhhhh. Orochimaru never had the slightest surprise to see that no matter what he said, Kie always had that melon-eating expression on his face. Kie-kun, don't you want to know who the masked man is? There's nothing curious about it, as long as it doesn't disturb my sleep, the rest is fine. Kie, who was lying on the ground, had come to a big tree leaning on the sturdy trunk. The information revealed to Kie was the first thing Orochimaru came to see Kie. Next, Orochimaru will say the second thing, and the most important thing. By the way, Orochimaru, how is Sasuke with you? Tisk tisk, Kie-kun, you finally remembered Sasuke, I was just about to talk about him. Speaking of Sasuke, Orochimaru looked a little excited. Kie-kun, in a few days, Sasuke will be on his way to revenge. Chapter 235. Advertisement. Kie-kun, Sasuke's road to revenge is about to begin. Orochimaru grinned. Nowadays, Orochimaru of Master's Core Technology is no longer obsessed with the bodies of the Uchiha family. Orochimaru is looking forward to the brother battle between Sasuke and Itachi. Oh, it looks like Sasuke is growing fast with you. Sasuke-kun has turned on the Mangekyo Sharingan. I implanted Hashirama cells in him, and it fused well. As expected of a scientist in the ninja world, Kie still admires Orochimaru. Sasuke's eyes will be upgraded again. When he wakes up, his pupil power will probably be higher than Itachi. Orochimaru, have you changed Sasuke's eyes? Kai's tentative question made Orochimaru's eyes twitch slightly. Tisk tisk, I can't hide anything from Kie-kun. I cloned Uchiha Fugaku's Sharingan and replaced it with Sasuke. Swapping close relatives to eliminate the side effects of Sharingan is exactly what Kie told Orochimaru. Orochimaru has nothing to hide from Uchiha Qiye. Here, Kie had to admire Orochimaru. Only Orochimaru is the only one in the entire ninja world to clone this technology. The letter of Uchiha and the many Sharingans appearing in the biography of Boruto are Orochimaru's masterpiece. It's a bit of an idea that Orochimaru cloned Uchiha Fugaku's Sharingan. It seems that Orochimaru has been preparing for Sasuke for a long time, all of which are planned to enhance Sasuke's strength. Kie, how long will it take for Sasuke to wake up? After about 3 days, a week is enough to get used to the new eyes, and after 10 days, Sasuke will go to Uchiha Itachi. That's it. The increase in Sasuke's strength was somewhat unexpected to Kie. It seemed that he was right to follow Orochimaru. Now Sasuke has not only opened the Mangekyo Sharingan, but has also gone to the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Not only that, Orochimaru implanted Hashirama cells in Sasuke, which is a great boost for chakra. Moreover, 70% pure Hashirama cells have strong self-healing ability. With the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Hashirama cells, Sasuke may be able to enter the top ranks of the ninja world today. The purpose of Orochimaru's visit to Uchiha Qiye has been fully revealed. There was one thing that still made him very concerned, and he looked Kie up and down. Kie-kun, I know you also have Mangekyo Sharingan. How did you get rid of the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan? Ha ha, Orochimaru has been searching for the truth, looking for the truth of things. But what he doesn't know is that there are some things that have no truth at all, no truth. If Kie told him that as long as he sleeps, the side effects of Mangekyo Sharingan will be gone. Will Orochimaru believe it? Certainly not. In my heart, I only thought that Uchiha Qiye was lying to him. Orochimaru knew that Uchiha Qiye did not have Hashirama cells transplanted, nor did he have a close relative of Sharingan for him to transplant, so he was so curious. Seeing the expectant look on Orochimaru's face, Kai's mouth rose slightly and smiled. Well, secrets. Everyone has their own secrets. You must have something that you don't want others to know, Orochimaru. Orochimaru was stunned. Kai's words were not without reason. I'm sorry, Kie-kun, I'm talking too much. Orochimaru could feel the chill in Kai's words. Only he could feel the chill, like a warning, and Kimimaro is naturally invisible. They were even more shocked by Orochimaru's apology, in such a servile tone as never before. Even Sasuke, whom Orochimaru admires, has never been so soft and polite. They finally understood that only that man would terrify Lord Orochimaru, Uchiha Qiye. It was because of Uchiha Kai's teleportation that they were able to enter Konoha and kill 3rd Hokage. Today's Uchiha Qiye, in Orochimaru's eyes, is a realm that they cannot touch or see. Such terrifying people can only be friends with each other and must not be regarded as enemies. Kai's killing 2 members of Shao can be said so easily, and it's just a matter of the way. In today's ninja world, who can do it, and no one can do it. Call. Orochimaru took a long breath. Kie-kun, will you go over to see Sasuke's revenge battle? It should be quite exciting. Well, it depends on the situation. Orochimaru, you should have finished what you said, then you can go. It will be bad if the ninja of Konoha find out. I see, Kie-kun. Bang bang bang, after a few clouds of white smoke, Orochimaru and the others disappeared. Brotherhood? Kie smiled. The original commander helped Sanbu Yu and ran to find Itachi to get revenge. And now, Sasuke even has the Mangekyo Sharingan. It's just one sky and one underground. Sasuke's quest for power is never ending. No wonder he was able to stabilize his mind, to have 200% certainty to kill Itachi. Uchiha Itachi, also one of Kai's targets. Otherwise Kie would have been killed by Itachi's sword on the night of the genocide. Humans bring dutiful sons, Uchiha Itachi. Kie had already thought of a way. Tisk tisk, I can finally use the power of time back. Suddenly, Kai's black pupils turned into scarlet 3-tomo Sharingan. Advertisement. The 3-tomo Sharingan changed again, and the 3-hook jade in the left eye pupil turned into a reincarnation circle. Ding, does host enable the ability to backtrack time? Note. Time backtracking. The longer the backtracking time, the greater the consumption of chakra. Please choose the host carefully. Joke. Now Uchiha Qiye lacks chakra. Use, open black lens bracket. Please choose the time of backtracking. Close black lens bracket. What time? Qiye really had to think about it. Now Sasuke is 12 years old, and Naruto at the ninja school will graduate soon and become genin. Qiye scratched his head. Then which time point in the past did he choose to go back to? That's right, at that point in time. Go back in time, 12 years ago. Qiye smiled lightly and said softly, he has already decided on this time. Ding, host chooses to go back 12 years ago. Does he change his age? Open black lens bracket 1, change your own age. Host will follow the backtracking of time and return to the age 12 years ago. Close black lens bracket. 2. Go back to 12 years ago at this age. Note. No matter which method host chooses, the world 12 years ago will have a perception of host. Qiye thought about it for a while, and now it's inconvenient to go back to doing things 12 years ago as an adult. Then choose the stage of the child. Back to 12 years ago, it was 9-year-old Qiye. Open black lens bracket, change your age and go back to 12 years ago. Close black lens bracket. Woo, woo, woo. This is the first time Qiye has used the ability to go back in time since the Danzo fight. That fight with Danzo, Qiye was only a few minutes back. It's different now. Now Qiye has gone back more than 10 years. Immediately, it felt dark. When Qiye opened his eyes again, he saw that his body had shrunk. It is the body of a 9-year-old child. Going back in time, Kai's power will not produce any changes. All of a sudden, back to 12 years ago, Qiye found that he still consumed a little chakra. But this chakra is nothing at all. Either sleep or rest for a while and recover quickly. The grandmother who raised Uchiha Qiye died when he was 6 years old, and he has lived alone since then. Tisk tisk. Experience the feeling of going back to the past. It's really a unique taste. Qiye smiled, patted the dust on his body, and rushed in the direction of Konoha. Walking on the street of Konoha, Qiye saw that the rock statue of Hokage was only up to 4th generation, and there was no rock statue of Tsunade. And on the street, there are people from the Konoha police department. This shows that, Uchiha Qiye, he really went back to the past. Suddenly, a thin figure appeared in front of Kai's eyes. Father, stop hugging, Sasuke, he's been crying non-stop. Tisk tisk, look at me, hug Sasuke and he'll cry, I'll leave it to you, Itachi. Konoha Police Chief Uchiha Fugaku talking to his son Itachi. Itachi is only 5 years old now, holding the baby Sasuke like a nanny. This is the Konoha of the past. The current Hokage is the 4th generation Namikaze Minato, but the 3rd Hokage did not completely abdicate and also participated in the ruling. Minato is nothing but a toolman who has inherited the will of the 3rd generation. No, on the street, Qiye saw the figure of the old man from 3rd generation. Hey, Qiye, you are here, I've been looking for you for a long time. A silver bell-like voice came from Kai's ears, a voice that Uchiha Qiye was all too familiar with. Uzumaki-sun said, "Oops, Shion, long time no see. HMPH, what a long time ago, didn't we just meet in the morning?" Shion has always been fascinated by Uchiha Qiye. Although in the eyes of others, Uchiha Qiye is just an ordinary Uchiha tribe with no ninja talent. But in Shion's eyes, Qiye is a unique existence. "Qiye-kun, you can't sleep casually in class. We agreed to graduate together." "Well, I know." Looking at his wife, Qiye smiled. "I used to always sleep. But now that he has returned from the future to the past, there is no need to live as before. Come on, let's go for a walk by the river." Qiye smiled softly, and immediately took Shion's little hand and ran away. This. Shi Yan's little face immediately became extremely red. This is the first time Qiye-kun has pulled his hand. Qiye-kun's hands are big and powerful. Seeing Shi Yan's blushing cheeks, Qiye couldn't help but chuckle inwardly. This little girl is still shy. Don't you know what we should do in the future? It seems that feelings are cultivated from childhood. At dusk, Azuki Yuyan and Uchiha Qiye are sitting on the bridge. "Shion, don't worry, I will protect you no matter what. With me, you will not suffer any harm." "Ah, this? Is Qiye-kun confessing to me?" Uyue Shion was overjoyed in her heart. "Qiye-kun, what a gentle person." Chapter 236 Advertisement. Back in time through Sharingan, Uchiha Qiye came to Konoha 12 years ago. Shion simply kept warm for a while, and Qiye returned to the Uchiha clan. When 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato was in office, the Uchiha family and Konoha got along fairly well. Otherwise, Namikaze Minato's ability, Impure World Reincarnation, will not say that if he is there, the problem of the Uchiha family will be solved. There is no need to reach the point of genocide at all. Suddenly, Qiye saw a petite and cute figure. "Hey, Qiye-kun, long time no see." This gentle and pleasant voice was none other than Uchiha Izumi. In Kai's impression, he met Izumi a few times when he was a child. Shang-He and Uchiha Quan are both civilians of the Uchiha clan. Izumi's father is not from the Uchiha clan, but an ordinary ninja from Konoha. Izumi's mother, Uchiha Hazuki, is also an ordinary Uchiha tribesman like Uchiha Qiye. Her father died in the mission, and Uchiha Hazuki moved back to the Uchiha clan with Izumi. By the way, Quan was only 5 years old at this time. There was an interesting idea in Kai's mind. Ordinary people of the Uchiha clan like them have a good relationship with each other. Qiye wants to change Quan's fate and take her to the future. If Uchiha Itachi saw this scene, I don't know how he would feel. Tisk. Uchiha Qiye felt very exciting just thinking about it. Looking at Quan's big black pupils, Qiye couldn't help but sigh. The pretty girl here, Uchiha Itachi, that scumbag, can get away with it. Beast, no, calling him a beast is an insult to a beast. Something inferior to pigs and dogs. Uchiha Qiye was a little stunned at the thought of the past. Quan poked Qiye with that cute little hand. "Qiye-kun, what's wrong? Why are you thinking so deeply?" "Haha, no, nothing. Izumi, do you know Uchiha Itachi?" "Uchiha Itachi, isn't that the patriarch's son? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it before. We don't even have a chance to talk to big men like the patriarch." Indeed, Uchiha Fugaku is not only the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, but also the captain of the Konoha police department. The Uchiha Itachi family is the center of the Uchiha clan, and ordinary people have little to do with them. Occasionally encountered or seen at Uchiha meetings. I heard that Qiye-kun was very active at the ninja school. He sleeps all day. Qiye-kun can't do this, he can't graduate. Quan chuckled. He had also heard about Uchiha Qiye at the ninja school. Haha, I can't stop my sleepiness. The 5-year-old Quan has long black and beautiful hair, and there is a beauty mole on the lower corner of his right eye, which looks like a beautiful woman. Qiye-kun, do you want to come to my house for dinner? My mother's craftsmanship is very good. This is the Uchiha Spring, gentle and kind. She knew that Uchiha Qiye was a person. Of course, Qiye would not refuse Quan's warm invitation. Let's go. Qiye patted Quan's little head lightly. Quan was stunned for a moment at such an intimate gesture, and for a while, there was a slight blush on his cheeks. In the evening, Uchiha Qiye returned to his home and slept beautifully. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for having a good night's sleep in the past. Home close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket chakra has fully recovered, and has increased by 50% on the original basis. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket physical plus 100. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket physical strength and spirit have reached the best state. Close black lens bracket. Yin Yang escape skill plus 10, gravity ability plus 100. Qiye took a long breath. It's funny, past. On a meadow of leaves. Itachi is walking leisurely, he is thinking about life. At the age of 4, he had already experienced the Fourth Ninja War. Witnessed the loss of so many lives, he was thinking about what life was all about. What is the meaning of life? Where did I come from and where am I going? Life will die and life will be born. So, should I let life be born and stop it from dying? Suddenly, several stones flew from behind, even thinking about the meaning of life. Even a sneak attack from behind, Itachi also easily avoided these stones. No extra movement, one sideways, and then a slight knee bend. The stones flew past him. Of course, those who threw those stones were the ordinary people of the Uchiha clan and some goblins of Konoha. When the wood is beautiful in the forest, the wind will destroy it. When it is piled up on the shore, the current will be turbulent. If the walking is higher than the people, the crowd will be disobedient. Itachi has shown the ninja talents of penultimate, plus he is the son of the head of the Uchiha clan. Naturally, it is envied by many people. They couldn't get used to Uchiha Itachi's cold and arrogant look. I just wanted to teach this arrogant guy a lesson. But Itachi avoided those stones and ignored them at all. Again, he kept his head down and thought about his own problems. Does this guy look down on us? That's right, the genius of the Uchiha family is amazing. It's not because he is the son of the patriarch. That's because the patriarch's genes are good. If I was born in the patriarch's family, I would definitely be better than him. Is he the only one in your Uchiha clan? Advertisement? Itachi's performance made these little devils very unhappy, dragging and pulling. Everyone, let's step up our efforts and make sure that kid suffers a little. At the call of their leader, the 6 little devils picked up a large pile of stones and threw them at Uchiha Itachi. Haha, so many stones attack at the same time, I see how you can hide. Swish, in an instant, the little devils threw dozens of rocks towards Uchiha Itachi. The stones flew towards Uchiha Itachi from different directions and from different angles. In their opinion, it will definitely be able to eat the ferret. Sensing the attack from all directions, Uchiha Itachi's eyes narrowed. He didn't care about these people at all, he just ignored them. Boom, he directly grabbed a stone that flew towards him with his hand and threw it away. Da 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 da. The stone hits another flying stone, and it's like a domino effect. The stones collide with each other. In the end, it turned out that the attacks of these many stones were offset one by one. Bang bang bang, the stones fell to the ground. This is not over yet, some people still want to continue throwing stones. Some stones hit the arms of those who wanted to throw stones. Pop, pop. Anyone who wanted to attack was stopped by Itachi. These people are completely dumbfounded, genius is genius. With just one move, all their attacks were neutralized. The action is smooth and smooth, without any extra foreshadowing. If this were a shuriken, these people would probably be defeated by Uchiha Itachi. Dead or alive. This is the power of genius, and this is the gap between genius and ordinary people. This gulf-like gap is difficult to bridge. Boss, this guy is too powerful. Yeah, our attack didn't work at all. That kid Uchiha Itachi just stayed behind, or we'd all be hit by those stones. Look at what you're doing, so you just admit defeat. The brat, who they called the boss, said cursingly. He was also very shocked by Uchiha Itachi's ability, and defeated them all with one blow. Even so, as their boss, don't be cowardly and don't admit defeat. You can lose anything, you can't lose your momentum. Although he can't beat Uchiha Itachi, he just refuses to accept it, can't he? Brothers, let him go for a while today, and let the noble son of Uchiha be proud for a few more days. Next time, it will be when he is crying. The leader of this group of little devils vowed. But his subordinates don't think so. Uchiha Itachi is so powerful, if he makes trouble again, won't he die? Let's go, let's evacuate today. Suddenly, a lazy voice entered their ears. What, Shan Yi, just gave up? Shan Yi is the leader of this group of little devils. These are all children around 10 years old. Some are ordinary villagers, some are ninja school students, and some are ordinary people in the Uchiha clan. Hey, isn't this Qiye? Why, you have a way to deal with that arrogant boy, isn't it better than sleeping, haha. Most of these people are the same age as Qiye, and naturally they all know each other. Sugiba is also a student at the ninja school, and he is all too familiar with Kai's sleeping. Qiye didn't care about the mockery of these little devils. To get Uchiha Itachi, you can't, I have to do it. Qiye crossed his arms in front of his chest, very confident. Blow it up, Qiye, if you hit Itachi with a stone, we'll recognize you as a big brother from now on. That's right, don't say I recognize you as a big brother, I'm willing to call my father. Yes, add me. Apart from being lazy, this kid loves to brag. Uchiha Qiye is not a genius like Itachi, he was more able to get along with this group of ordinary people when he was a child. These little devils have a much better impression of Qiye than Itachi. If you don't believe me, then I'll let you see. Qiye chuckled lightly and picked up a pebble from the ground. Today, he is going to be a villain. A villain who takes the initiative to attack the protagonist, Itachi. When everyone saw Qiye picking up the stone, they couldn't help but wonder. No, is this guy Qiye really going to do it? At this time, Itachi and them were already 100 meters away. Qiye, you want to sneak up on that kid Itachi, come closer. Yeah, just now, so many of our attacks have been neutralized by him, and you are so far away from him now, can you still hit it? That's right, Qiye, run ahead and throw him. To ridicule is to ridicule. In the face of attacking the genius of Uchiha Itachi, Sugiha and the others were still on Uchiha Kai's side. Uchiha couldn't hold them in their hearts, and if they had the ability, they would have taught Itachi a lesson long ago. Hey, Qiye, throw it away, what are you waiting for, Itachi is leaving soon. Seeing Kai's late face, I made a move, and these little friends were also anxious for him. What's the hurry, what I shot is 100%, look good. Swish, with a flick of his finger, the stone in Kai's hand quickly flew towards Uchiha Itachi. Chapter 237 Advertisement. Hey, Qiye, what are you waiting for, throw it away, that Itachi guy is going away. That's right, Qiye wasn't bragging just now. Seeing that Qiye hadn't made a move, these little friends were also anxious for him. When it comes to dealing with geniuses, they are ordinary people on the same front. Qiye smiled to himself, these little devils are just watching the fun and don't think it's a big deal. With a flick of his finger, the stone in his hand flew to Uchiha Itachi in the distance with lightning speed. This. How can that be? FK. As soon as Qiye made his move, he suppressed Shan Yi and the others. Because Uchiha Qiye threw the stone too fast, with their eyes, they could barely catch the trajectory of the stone's flight. It was a world away from the stone they threw at Uchiha Itachi. The stones flew in the air to Uchiha Itachi with the force of breaking the air current. Suddenly, Itachi felt a deep danger approaching him. At this time, he also held a stone in his hand. He frowned and squeaked. The stone slid from his hand. The two stones are approaching with great speed. No, it was discovered by Itachi. Hey, it looks like he's going to beat him down again. Could it be that genius is superior to others, so ordinary people like us have no chance no matter how hard we practice? This is the real thoughts of Suji and the others beside Qiye. Boom, a low muffled sound followed, and two stones collided in the air. It has to be said that the young Itachi already has superb shuriken skills. His eyes can capture the flight path of the stone and counterattack. But unfortunately, he met Uchiha Qiye. The stone thrown by Itachi was vulnerable in front of Qiye. It was directly smashed into pieces by the stone thrown by Qiye. And Kai's stone has not stopped moving forward, and continues to fly towards Uchiha Itachi. Oops, Itachi felt bad in his heart, and it was too late to dodge. Snapped, the stone hit him directly on the cheek. The strong impact and the intense pain made Itachi fall to the ground. Yeah, it's swollen. Haha, Qiye, you're not bragging, so you're really strong. Tisk, I didn't expect a genius to fall to the ground one day. In my lifetime, I actually saw a genius fall in front of us. Seeing the defeat of Uchiha Itachi is naturally the carnival of Qiye and his group of villains. Qiye still kept his hands, otherwise with his true strength. A single stone can directly kill a 5-year-old Itachi. Itachi covered his hot cheeks and paced towards Uchiha Qiye. When Shan Yi and the others saw Itachi coming, they all persuaded, and they all hid behind Uchiha Qiye. Tisk, what about the good momentum? Shan Yi, you can't do it. Cedar Leaves and the others were afraid that Itachi would take anger on them. From Itachi's cheek, they could see a red and swollen cedar leaf. Some even grimaced at Itachi. I saw Uchiha Itachi narrowed his eyes and glanced at Qiye. That look, as if saying, you wait for me. Then, Itachi didn't say anything, turned around and left. Ha. This time, Shan Yi's group laughed again. Because they saw genius Uchiha Itachi deflated. Qiye took the initiative to be the villain, looking for trouble. This breath, Uchiha Itachi swallowed silently. Qiye, you're amazing. You beat that genius Itachi to silence. You can only swallow your anger. Yes, that's right, it's the first time I've seen Itachi show that look. HMPH, a mere genius, there are times when you can't do anything. Qiye has shown the limelight on behalf of their ordinary people, and Shan Yi and the others have to tout them. Cough, who said to be called dad just now, it's not time to show your sincerity. Qiye grinned, it was time for them to fulfill their promise. After all, keep your word, Dad Qiye, you are amazing. Dad Qiye, knock down geniuses and let us ordinary people stand up. Qiye. These little devils can really pull their faces down. This dad's name is no different from the name in college roommates. Qiye himself did not expect to act in a group of little devils. Wow, that guy is so handsome, that's Uchiha's family emblem, Quan. Why don't you introduce such a handsome boy in your Uchiha family? Yeah, that was Uchiha Itachi just now, we know, but that boy actually defeated Uchiha Itachi. Is he more talented than Uchiha Itachi? Since ancient times, beauty is justice, because Itachi with nasolabial creases is just an ordinary handsome guy. And Uchiha Qiye is the real handsome in the Uchiha family. Izumi and a few girls just saw Qiye beat Uchiha Itachi with stones. They don't care about the cause and effect, advertisement. What Izumi and the others saw was the scene when Qiye defeated Uchiha Itachi with a stone. Quan also had some doubts in his heart. Qiye-kun, is he so powerful that he even defeated the genius Itachi in the clan? Seeing Quan a little stunned, the other little girls who were with her urged, Quan, you won't be dumbfounded, please introduce me. The girls here are precocious. Uchiha Sasuke became the god of many fans when he was in school. Little Sakura and Ino were jealous of him and eventually turned against each other. And Hyuga Hinata is also a voyeur, and can't wait to peep at Uzumaki Naruto at a young age. Uchiha Itachi, these little girls they all know, but they don't know about Uchiha Qiye, an ordinary member of the Uchiha family. Oh, you people, don't rush, his name is Uchiha Qiye, the others, I don't know. There was some unexpected joy in Quan's heart. It's like I have a secret in my heart that I don't want to share with everyone. She is somewhat familiar with Qiye. After all, she had invited Qiye to her house for dinner a few times. Also know that Qiye is alone, and Qiye didn't take eating at her house for granted. Qiye bought many things for her and her mother. This made Uchiha Izumi a little embarrassed. Because the things Qiye bought were far more than the value of those meals. After that, Quan did not dare to invite Qiye to her house for dinner, for fear that Qiye would misunderstand that she was profiting. In Quan's heart, Qiye-kun is a gentle and caring person. Uchiha Qiye. This is the first time these little girls have heard this name. Izumi, you Uchihas are all handsome guys. Yeah, originally I had some thoughts about Itachi, but when I saw that Uchiha Qiye today, my thoughts changed. Would you like to help me make an appointment with him? Yes, and me. These little girls are changing so fast. You Uchiha clan are in the farthest corner of the village. It is too far away, and it is not convenient for us outsiders to enter. You have already entered the interior, so think of us good sisters. HMPH, I want to invite you to make an appointment yourself. Quan smiled slyly. It seems that the girl ate trigrams has the heart since she was a child. He. When did she Uchiha Quan become a matchmaker? When everyone saw Quan's cute appearance, they all smiled happily. In the forest, the boy's figure jumped up. Close your eyes, hold a few kunai, and swipe vigorously. Da, these kunai are all hits and misses, and even the blind spots behind them are hits one by one. It is none other than Uchiha Itachi who practiced kunai. As a genius of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Itachi naturally has his own arrogance and dignity. Just lost the battle through the stone match. Itachi didn't say anything, and he was definitely dissatisfied. No, I immediately trained in the forest. Be sure to hit one by one. Itachi also wondered, how could he lose? Gently touching the redness and swelling on his face, Itachi felt a burning pain. I saw the kunai that hit the bullseye. Itachi knows that what he loses is not accuracy, but strength. If his strength were stronger, it would not be his stone but the opponent's stone that would be crushed. Itachi doesn't know Qiye. After he saw Kai's family emblem, he knew that Qiye was also a member of the Uchiha family. With an identity like Itachi, it is impossible to deal with ordinary clansmen. This time, Itachi's self-esteem and dignity were indeed thwarted. Damn it, did I actually lose to an ordinary clan, or a little-known kid, that guy? In front of everyone just now, Itachi didn't say anything. But he was still very unhappy in his heart. Isn't it a shame to be a genius to be defeated by an ordinary person? What's more shameful is that he is a genius of the Uchiha clan, and the one who defeated him was an ordinary Uchiha clan. This is even more unforgivable. With a condensed expression on his face, he fiercely threw a target that Kuwu flew into the distance. Clang, this powerful kunai was stopped by another kunai, and both fell to the ground. Hey, Itachi, you are still cultivating at this time, and you are still cultivating with a burst of anger. It's really rare. A hearty voice came from the forest, and a familiar figure appeared in front of Itachi. Shisui. Seeing Shisui, Itachi's face was a little puzzled. Hey, Itachi. What's the matter with the redness and swelling on your face? Are Sugiha's gang looking for trouble for you again? They're not your opponents, right? Did they call the village ninja? According to Konoha's rules, ninjas cannot be involved in the struggle of children. It can be seen that Shisui is also quite curious about Itachi's injury. Although a bit unbearable, in front of Shisui, Itachi can have no reservations. Shisui, do you know there is a man named Uchiha Qiye in the clan? Uchiha Qiye? No, never heard of it. There are so many people in the Uchiha family, there are many ninjas, and there are so many ordinary people. It's impossible for Shisui to know all of them. He didn't understand why Itachi asked this. Itachi didn't know Qiye at first. He learned that the boy who defeated him was called Qiye from the names of those in Shanyi. The two geniuses Itachi and Shisui are already well known in the Uchiha clan. What happened to Uchiha Qiye? Itachi said word by word. He caused my injury. Chapter 238 Advertisement. Itachi looked solemn and said word by word. He caused my injury. Shisui was quite surprised that this came from Itachi's mouth. What, is that Uchiha Qiye a ninja? Among his peers, Shisui believes that no one should be Itachi's opponent. What's more, Itachi hasn't entered school yet. Even so, Itachi's strength has reached the level of Chunin now, even without Sharingan turned on. No, Uchiha Qiye and Sugiba are about the same age, not a few years older than me, and they should still be students at the ninja school. Well, we Uchiha clan still have such a genius. At the same age, he was able to defeat Itachi, which was quite a surprise to Shisui. Well, I fought back with stones, but I was shattered by his power. The scene just now replayed in Itachi's mind over and over again. The genius of the Uchiha clan actually lost to an ordinary clan. It really cost him the title of genius, and it was also a shame for his father, the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. Seeing that Itachi was a little lonely, Shisui smiled naively. He comforted. Itachi, there is nothing to lose. You are still a genius of the Uchiha clan. Practice hard. It is not surprising that he entered the ninja school before you and defeated you. In Shisui's heart, he wanted to meet the Uchiha tribe who defeated Itachi. After a little bit of Itachi's spirit, Qiye got the support of Suji and the others. The joy of a child is as simple as that. Shanyi, Qiye, don't sleep at school tomorrow, but there is a ninja battle in practice. Now that you are so good, I believe no one is your opponent in the school. In fact, with Kai's handsome appearance, he is also a popular existence in the ninja school. It's just that he always likes to sleep in class, which has lowered his goodwill a lot, and in the end, only Shion is left to never give up on him. That was Qiye in the past, but now, it's different. Such a happy day has passed. The next day, at the ninja school. Everyone, today we are going to practice training against ninjas. After the battle is over, make a seal of reconciliation. Shanyi glanced at Qiye. Couldn't help but glance at him. He only warned Qiye not to sleep yesterday, but he didn't expect Qiye to be like that. Go to sleep as soon as you wake up, don't you die as soon as you wake up? How could Shanyi know that Qiye is getting stronger when he sleeps? He can become stronger by sleeping, and how do you let him practice? Okay, the first exercise is Uchiha Qiye and Moonlight Blast. At this time, Moonlight Blast was already standing in the middle of the training ground. Moonlight Gale's face was pale when he was a child, and the body of the medicine jar was already highlighted. No way, his disease is hereditary. Uchiha Qiye, what about Uchiha Qiye? Following the teacher's call, Shanyi immediately poked Qiye. Hey, Qiye, don't sleep, it's your turn to play. Teacher, Qiye-kun is probably still dozing off. Yeah, teacher, why don't you wake him up, ha ha ha. There was a burst of cheerful laughter in the class. It is no secret that Qiye, who loves to sleep, is no longer a secret in the ninja school, and the teacher is quite helpless about this. Qiye opened his confused eyes. Oh, Sugiha, have you reached me? Yeah, come on up. Uchiha Qiye and Moonlight Gale on the training ground seemed to be confronting each other. Moonlight Blast performed well in the ninja school, and his grades were among the best, and he was good at swordsmanship. Some people can't help but worry about Qiye. You say, Qiye-kun can defeat the wind? I don't think I can beat it, but the wind is very powerful. Whether it is ninja practice or theoretical knowledge, it has left Qiye a few blocks away. Yeah, how could Qiye sleep every day and be the opponent of Gale? These people are one-sidedly optimistic about Moonlight Blast. I'm optimistic about Qiye. How could that guy from Gale be Kai's opponent? Sugiha stood on Uchiha Kai's side this time, and seemed quite confident. Tisk tisk, Shanyi, it's not like, you used to say that Qiye sleeps the most, isn't it? Indeed, there is a problem. There is definitely a problem here. Shanyi has supported Qiye. The sun is definitely coming out from the west. Hey, what do you know, Qiye and I are brothers. We usually play around with each other. I'm definitely on Kai's side on important occasions. Sugiba believes that Qiye can even defeat Itachi, let alone Moonlight Gale. Itachi hasn't entered the ninja school yet, but in terms of strength, Kai's is no match for Itachi. Shanyi, do you want to bet 100 taels? Gamble, bet, whoever is afraid of who. I bet on the wind. I also bet on the wind. Of course I also bet on the wind to win. HMPH, superficial, I bet on Qiye to win. Only Sugiba was on Uchiha Kai's side. Of course, the gambling between them was carried out quietly and did not let the teacher find out. This is the truth of small gambling. On the training ground, Qiye glanced at the Moonlight Blast. Tisk tisk, the blast of the future has already gone to hell. Now that I go back to the past and see him again, it's really fate. Moonlight Blast has long been unhappy with Qiye. Why sleep every day and get Xian's heart? He is unwilling to the moonlight. Is it because he is not as handsome as Uchiha Qiye? Isn't the world of ninjas based on strength? Does this have a lot to do with the external image? Jealousy makes people look hideous. Yes, you can do whatever you want when you look good. As an audience member, Uyue Xian in the audience broke into a cold sweat for Qiye. Advertisement. I prayed silently in my heart. Qiye-kun, you have to do your best. Okay. The drill begins. This is a real sword combat exercise, not a simple physical battle between ninjas. The world is so cruel, the enemy will not be merciful to you. Of course, if something is wrong, teachers will take action. Moonlight Gale took out Itachi, and what he is best at is swordsmanship. He can keep his hands on others. Only Uchiha Qiye, no. Qiye was playing with a kunai in his hand, as if he didn't care at all. The two were deadlocked for a long time, and neither of them took the lead. The moonlight snorted softly. HMPH, do you think you will win if you don't make a move? Swish, a gust of wind came and blew the leaves that fell to the ground. Moonlight Gale moved and ran towards Uchiha Qiye at high speed. It's not over yet. Bang bang, two clouds of white smoke appeared, and the moonlight blast turned into three. The students who were watching the battle were amazed. Does the blast even know the clone technique? There's more than one, and there are two directly cloned. My god, the three rays of light attacked Qiye alone, then Qiye was doomed. Everyone seems to have seen the results of this competition. Shan Yi, who was full of confidence, became worried about Qiye after seeing Moonlight Blast using the clone technique. Qiye, you're going to win, all of my belongings have overwhelmed you. Uyue Xian frowned even more and rubbed her hands repeatedly. Seeing the 3-month light wind rushing towards him, Qiye threw away the kunai in his hand. What is Qiye-kun doing? Is he admitting defeat? Indeed, Qiye-kun can only do this with a strong enemy like Gale. When everyone had already decided the ending, they saw Qiye kicked out. It was a simple kick, but it directly hit Moonlight Gale's abdomen. A string of 3, the blast of moonlight that was knocked into the air directly hit the other two clones. Bang bang, the clone dispersed, and the moonlight blast fell to the ground in embarrassment. The severe pain in his abdomen made him faint. Silence, deadly silence. This is simply a smash. Kai's simple kick ended the battle. It was as if the match was over before it even started. Shan Yi was the first to cry out. Qiye, you are really amazing. From now on, I will be your most loyal little brother. Make a profit, make a lot of money. All of Shan Yi's property beat Qiye to win, allowing him to earn several hundred taels. Others were shocked, and the money was out of control. No, that Qiye who slept all day actually defeated the wind. No, such a powerful Gale was killed by Qiye with one kick. Has Qiye been pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger? The reason why he sleeps is because he has this strength. Sleeping every day can beat the top student in the class, which makes other people feel bad. It turns out that the superficial phenomena they see are not the essence of things. Those who don't show the mountains and do, and sleep every day are the real strong ones. At this time, everyone came back to their senses. Immediately, the wind direction changed drastically. Some little girls even exclaimed, "My god, Qiye-kun is really amazing." So what if you sleep every day? You only need to be strong. Yeah, the blast can't even beat Qiye, who is dozing off in class every day. What qualifications do he have to ridicule him? It's back, it's all back. Originally, Qiye was popular with girls in school because of her handsome appearance. It is because I sleep every day that I lose my goodwill. But this time, it's back. In the eyes of these little girls, if they have both strength and looks, that is the real justice. Uchiha Qiye, still the Qiye that everyone loves. The Moonlight Blast is not that blast anymore. The teacher watching the battle checked the physical condition of Gao Feng and found that it was just a simple mess, and he was relieved. He also saw that kick. What he didn't expect was such a simple kick. To actually be able to make a string of 3 to defeat Gao Feng and his clone. This kid Qiye is really so strong. This made him, as a teacher, doubtful. Could it be that for this kid Qiye, dozing off in class is his greatest practice? Not to mention, this teacher really made him guess right. After this battle, no matter how sleepy Qiye is in class, he didn't want to care anymore. If he didn't make trouble, he would already be Amitabha, not to mention sleepy. Azuki Shion was also happy for Qiye in her heart. Qiye-kun, I knew that you were very strong. A day at ninja school just went by. Qiye was walking on the street of Konoha, although it was good in the past. But he still wanted to hurry back to the right time that belonged to him. It's impossible to plan again in the past, kill the 3rd generation and kill Danzo. It's too boring to repeat nesting dolls like that. Qiye was thinking. A beautiful figure caught his attention. He was wearing a gray apron, his long blood-red hair fell to his waist, and he had a big belly. Kai's eyes lit up. Isn't this Uzumaki Kushina? Chapter 239. Advertisement. His long blood-red hair hung down to his waist, and his figure was slightly bloated. Oh, it turned out to be quite a big belly. Kai's eyes lit up. This person was none other than Naruto's mother Uzumaki Kushina. Beside him is Sarutobi Lake Biwa, 3rd Hokage's wife. And Itachi's mother, Uchiha Makoto, is chatting with Kushina with baby Sasuke. Uzumaki Kushina grimaced, leaned closer to Makoto's ear, and asked softly, Makoto, does that really hurt? Uchiha Makoto. Oh, it turns out that Kushina is still afraid sometimes. HMPH, is this little Sasuke? My child's name has already been thought of, it's a boy named Naruto. Kushina poked Sasuke's cheek lightly and sighed softly. Little Sasuke wants to be good friends with Naruto. It didn't take long for Kushina to be pulled away by Lake Biwa. He whispered in a voice that only Kushina could hear. Kushina, you are about to give birth, don't have too much relief from other people, let's go, the venue has been arranged. Qiye smiled, today is the Nine Tails Chaos, tisk tisk. In my lifetime, I can actually see such a scene. Qiye had experienced the Nine Tails Rebellion when he, like other clansmen, took refuge in a safe area. And now, he can watch a good show. Masked Man Obito is 4th Hokage's battle of the century. However, Qiye was not interested. He already wanted to take Izumi to the future, and he would be horrified to see Izumi who was still alive. Gee. Fun. As night fell, the leaves at this time seem quiet and peaceful. The lights are bright and pedestrians come and go. Guy has been pestering Kakashi to try him out. As for Kakashi, he's used to Guy's stalking. Without Guy nagging by his side, Kakashi was a little uncomfortable. Guy, let's play guessing, shall we? No, it's boxing again. We can't tell the winner or loser in boxing. Our record in boxing is a tie, with 5 wins and 5 losses. Tonight Konoha is no different from usual. Behind the seemingly lively scene, there is a huge crisis lurking. An uneasy atmosphere enveloped the entire Konoha, and this quiet and secret atmosphere seemed to be the harbinger of the coming storm. Kakashi felt a faint unease. This uneasiness he could not explain or understand, it was this feeling that was the most dangerous. Hey Guy, are you feeling wrong? How can a nerdy guy care about this? Kakashi, here again, trying to change the subject to avoid my challenge is no longer feasible. The space began to distort, and a mysterious figure suddenly appeared. The figure of the masked man Obito quietly landed in the center of Konoha village. Summoning technique. Swish, one day a huge orange fox appeared in Konoha village. Konoha suddenly exploded, whether it was Konoha shinobi or ordinary villagers. There was a look of despair on his face. Well, what's going on here? 9. How did Nine Tails suddenly appear in the village? Isn't Nine Tails sealed? Run away. The previously noisy and harmonious atmosphere did not dissipate in an instant, and the entire Konoha village revealed the desire to survive. People panicked and fled everywhere. Don't crowd, and enter the safe area to take refuge in an orderly manner. Slow down, don't rush. At this point, some Konoha shinobi have quickly started evacuation. Seeing Nine Tails, Guy instantly burst into passion. Nine Tails, let you see the youth of my blue beast. Guy was stopped when he wanted to take action. As the new generation of the village, they must be protected and not involved in the task of dealing with Nine Tails. In the Hokage office building, 3rd Hokage looked solemn. Damn, did Nine Tails break the seal? Minato, what are you doing? Bang, 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 Nine Tails, controlled by the masked man Obito's pupil technique, is destroying unscrupulously. Many houses were shattered and collapsed in one fell swoop. A large area of Konoha village is in ruins. The Uchiha clan were also evacuating. Uchiha Spring is carefully avoiding the collapsed buildings. Suddenly, a huge wooden board fell from the sky. This sudden crisis Spring could not be avoided at all, and he closed his eyes subconsciously. At this time, she thought of Kai's figure in her mind. Kie-kun. Boom, there was a light wind blowing beside him, and Quan never dared to open his eyes. Hey, what's going on? Quan, are you alright? This voice Uchiha Izumi is all too familiar. When he opened his eyes, he saw that familiar face. Kie-kun. Thank you for saving me. Now is not the time to thank you. Let's go to the safe area and evacuate. Quan glanced around, and the roads were blocked by collapsed houses. He and Uchiha Qiye were trapped here and felt extremely guilty. I'm sorry, Kie-kun, if you didn't come to rescue me, you wouldn't be trapped here, and you would have walked to the safe area with everyone. The gentle and kind-hearted Quan would only think that he was dragging Qiye down. Fool, what are you talking about? I'm here to take you with me. Advertisement Qiye touched Quan's little head, bent down, and hugged Princess Uchiha Quan. Ah, Qiye-kun, you are. Uchiha Izumi hummed softly. These ruins cannot trap us. The corners of Kai's mouth rose slightly, revealing a confident smile. At this moment, Uchiha Quan looked a little demented. In Uchiha Kai's arms, she felt extremely safe. Even if she encounters a landslide and tsunami, she is not afraid of that feeling. Qiye picked up the Uchiha Spring and passed through the ruins with a few jumps. Boom! Qiye and Uchiha Spring had just left when the ruins collapsed. Quan's little heart was beating fast. It was really dangerous just now. Just like that, Qiye easily came to the safe zone with Quan in his arms. At this time, the weasel also saw it. It's him, Uchiha Qiye. Did he see Qiye running out here just now, to save the little girl? Careful Itachi found that Uchiha Qiye did not get the slightest bit of dust on his body. This guy is really strong. Woohoo! Sasuke in Itachi's swaddling clothes couldn't help crying. Honey, Sasuke, my brother is here, and I'm not going anywhere. Mommy will come right away. Brokon's Itachi even sang a nursery rhyme. There was a lot of artillery fire outside, but it was very quiet in the safe area. The people who took refuge were trembling and huddled into a ball in fear, for fear that this place would be affected by the attack of 9 tails. Qiye yawned boredly. Either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, he no longer wants to stay in the past. Play enough and have nothing to miss. To Quan, Qiye always seemed confident. With him, I felt a lot more at ease, curious to ask Qiye. Qiye-kun, aren't you afraid? Quan, don't be afraid, with Hokage here, it's alright, we won't be attacked by 9 tails here. For some reason, Quan trusts Qiye very much. Since Qiye-kun said there is no problem, then it is really no problem. Quan, would you like to take a nap? Qiye-kun, go to sleep, I can't sleep. Before long, Uchiha Quan heard Kai's slight snoring. This time Izumi completely admired Uchiha Qiye, pursed lips and smiled. Qiye-kun, it's so noisy outside, I can still sleep with you, I would like to call you the god of sleep. In this panic safe zone, only Uchiha Qiye could fall asleep. Quan saw that the other people were sitting there full of energy, and they were afraid that they would never wake up again when they fell asleep. And Quan himself didn't feel sleepy at all. Time passed by minute by minute. Of course, the current Qiye is completely able to stop the 9 tails riot, and even ended the masked man Obito. Qiye is an egoist who lives with his own nature, but he is not a sympathetic saint. Save Yellow Flash and Uzumaki Kushina. No, why save? Have a relationship with him, on a whim. Qiye might have destroyed the entire Konoha. Therefore, Qiye has been very good to let it develop. The next day, the whole Konoha was silent in grief. 4th Hokage sacrificed himself in the 9 tails rebellion to save Konoha. Then came 4th Hokage's funeral. A few days later, 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen took office again. Seamless connection, there is no need to choose 5th Hokage. 3rd Hokage suggested to Daimyo that it was a waste of time. The current Konoha has a long period of restoration and reconstruction. The Uchiha family in the corner of the village received the least damage. Dong dong dong. There was a slight knock on the door of Kai's house. When I opened the door, I saw Uchiha Spring. Is something wrong? Quan, won't you let me go to your house for dinner again? At this time, Azumi's face revealed a little blush, and he took a long breath and then slowly spit it out. He mustered up the courage to say something. Qiye-kun, I have decided, I want to become a ninja, even if my Sharingan will never be turned on, I will become a ninja, because I want to walk the same path with the people I like. Qiye was stunned. Is this a confession? Uchiha Izumi knew that with Kai's strength, he would definitely become a ninja. If she wants to walk on the same path with the person she likes, she has to become a ninja. Gentle and kind, Izumi is not the shy, twisted Nini of Hinata. In front of the person she likes, she can speak out loudly and confess bravely. So far, Kai's other women have been together naturally. Like Yu Yan, Tsunade, Yuhi Hong are all like this. This Spring was the first to confess to him. If Qiye-kun doesn't dislike it, I will always follow in Qiye-kun's footsteps. Even if I can't see Qiye-kun's back, I will not give up. Uchiha Izumi felt much more relaxed when he said everything in one breath. Qiye smiled. 66 His next words made Uchiha Quan froze in place. So, Izumi, would you like to go to the future with me? At Chapter 240 Advertisement Quan, are you willing to go to the future with me? Kai's words made Uchiha Quan froze in place. To the future? She was a little confused and didn't know what Uchiha Qiye meant. Did Qiye-kun promise me to accompany me to the future? Thinking of this, Quan has a little sweetness in his heart. But Kai's next words shocked Uchiha Izumi. Quan, my time is running out, let's go to the future with me. Qiye-kun, You keep talking about the future, what do you mean? Quan has been confused by Qiye. In her heart, Uchiha Qiye has always been a confident presence. Why do you keep saying strange things to her today? Even so, she still listened to Kai's words seriously. I came from the future, and the Uchiha family will be exterminated. At the same time, Kai's black eyes have turned into scarlet 3-tomo Sharingan. Uchiha Izumi was taken aback. Ah, Kie-kun, you have turned on Sharingan, or 3-tomo Sharingan. You know, not many of the entire Uchiha family have opened 3-tomo Sharingan. And Qiye, who started 3-tomo Sharingan at the age of 9. This is really the first person in Uchiha. Well, 9-year-old age doesn't match my strength, Quan. The Uchiha clan will be exterminated in the future. Will it be exterminated? Today in Konoha village, the Uchiha clan is the largest clan. How could this possibly be exterminated? Because it was what Uchiha Qiye said to her, Izumi still believed it. The contradictions of the Uchiha clan slowly evolved from the Nine Tails Rebellion and the death of the fourth generation. When 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato was still around, Konoha and the Uchiha clan got along pretty well. Otherwise, the fourth generation who came out of the dirt would not say that he was able to solve the problems of the Uchiha family in the village. But after the Nine Tails Rebellion, the Uchiha family has become the target of public criticism, the object of suspicion by Konoha shinobi, and the target of Konoha's high-level officials. Danzo and others suspected that the Nine Tails riot was caused by the Uchiha clan. Because the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan has the pupil power to control the Nine Tails. Even if there is no evidence, the Uchiha family has the biggest suspicion. After that, the Uchiha family was monitored by Konoha, and surveillance was installed in every corner of the Uchiha family. The Uchiha family, both ninjas and ordinary people, live under the camera, being watched every move. This made everyone in the Uchiha family panic, and the wind was shaking, and the coup d'état gradually grew. In the end, the rebellion of the Uchiha clan became stronger and stronger. And Konoha have reached the point of irreconcilability. Even if Uchiha Fugaku, as the patriarch, could not step down, it would not change anything. You can only follow the call of the tribe and launch a coup d'état. And Uchiha Itachi, as a double agent for the Uchiha clan and Konoha. In order to avoid the war between Uchiha and Konoha, he chose what he called peace and sided with Konoha. Executed the task of slaughtering the entire clan. Uchiha Izumi was worried when he heard that the Uchiha clan was wiped out. Doesn't that mean she and Kie-kun will both die? Why did things turn out like this? Did Kie-kun really come from the future? Uchiha Qiye smiled. Quan, I'll show you something good. Ding, does host use the power of time to restore his original appearance in this world? Yes. Suddenly, the Guyu in Kai's left eye changed rapidly and turned into a circle. What does the change of Sangoyu, the natural way of Izumi, the Uchiha clan mean? My god, Kie-kun already has the Mangekyo Sharingan, it's really amazing. Kai's left eye uses the power of time, and his body shape changes rapidly. From the body of a 9-year-old child to a 20-year-old adult. Seeing this scene of Quan, the small mouth has already opened into an O shape. This is really incredible. This wonderful change, let Quan know, this is not a simple transformation technique. She could see that Kai's body was slowly growing and finally turned into an adult. That confident smile, can't be wrong, it's Kie-kun. Before, Quan also thought that in the future, Qiye was in the Arabian Nights, joking with her. Until this moment, she was completely convinced. It turns out that Kie-kun really came from the future. This can't help but arouse Quan's great curiosity. Kie-kun, what are you going to do when you come back here from the future? I'm here for you. These simple 6 words have already expressed Uchiha Kai's intentions. Originally, Uchiha Izumi's heart was already pounding. This sentence came for you, making Quan's cheeks flush to his neck. Is it true that the Uchiha clan will perish, Kie-kun? Well, let me take you to see it. Uchiha Izumi nodded solemnly. Kai's scarlet Sharingan looked at Uchiha Quan's beautiful eyes, and the two came to the illusion world together. This is a full moon night. Quan suddenly found himself on the street of the Uchiha clan, with Qiye by his side. Strange, why is it so dark and blind that there is not a single clan on the street? She could feel that this was completely different from the usual Uchiha clan. There was a bleak atmosphere in the darkness. Advertisement Qiye pointed up. Hey, isn't that Uchiha Itachi, the son of the patriarch, so he will become a member of the village Anbu in the future. Itachi's outfit at this time is the style of Anbu's mission. Itachi on the telephone pole shows his classic pose, then dons the Anbu mask. The long knife on the back was already hungry and thirsty. Next, Uchiha Itachi's every move completely made Izumi dumbfounded. Itachi waved a long knife at an ordinary Uchiha tribesman, the head fell to the ground, and the blood splashed on the white window, extremely bloody. Izumi was so scared that he immediately hugged Uchiha Kai's arm. The old man and the child Uchiha Itachi did not spare a single one. This night Itachi is like a killing Shinigami, a ruthless killing machine, without emotion. No matter if you are a ninja or an ordinary clan, he has not spared a single one. Shock and pain all rushed into Kwan's heart. Izumi, who is also a member of the Uchiha clan, naturally does not want to see his own clan being killed arbitrarily. Kie-kun. Why did the patriarch's son take action against his own clan? Because this is the mission of the higher-ups like 3rd Hokage. They suspect that the Uchiha family has two hearts towards Konoha, and Itachi is Konoha's spy for the Uchiha family. In the ninja world, ninjas must perform their tasks unconditionally. Except for some special circumstances. For example, if you see the yellow flash in the 3rd Ninja War, you can abandon the mission and run away directly. Other times, the task comes first. Konoha's White Fang was scorned by everyone for giving up the mission. In the end, unable to withstand the pressure of the village, he chose to commit suicide. The gentle and kind-hearted Kwan is still calling loudly, "Flee, clansmen, run away from that demon. Useless spring, this is illusion, this is the future I let you see." Meanwhile, not only Uchiha Itachi, but a man wearing an orange Uzumaki mask was slaughtering. From the Uchiha members of the Konoha police department all the way to the clan. Izumi, remember, these two are the murderers who slaughtered the entire clan, and the task of exterminating the clan is the task given to Itachi by high-level officials like Danzo and 3rd Hokage. Kie-kun, remove this illusion. Clatter, seeing Kie snap his fingers lightly, he and Izumi came to the original grass again. Izumi's eyes were tightly closed. If this was the future of the Uchiha clan, then what can she do? Open your eyes slowly. Uchiha Izumi's eyes have changed dramatically. No longer the smart black pupils, but the blood-red Sharingan. Not the 1 Go Jade Sharingan, nor the 2 Go Jade Sharingan, but the 3 Tomo Sharingan. After witnessing the night of the genocide, Uchiha Spring opened the 3 Tomo Sharingan directly. This was a bit unexpected for Kie. He wanted to open his eyes. But I didn't expect to open 3 Tomo Sharingan directly. Tisk tisk, Sasuke, who has experienced the night of the genocide, has only opened the single Guyu. And Obito is just 2 Tomo Sharingan. However, Obito evolved directly from the 2 Tomo Sharingan to the Mangekyo Sharingan. And Kwan, the 3 Tomo Sharingan angrily. This makes the genius Sasuke feel so bad. Kwan, your eyes. Well, Kie-kun, I can feel the changes in my eyes and the changes in my body strength. Is this the Sharingan? I didn't expect that one day I would have it. Thank you, Kie-kun. Izumi, you are the 3 Tomo Sharingan, is it? Uchiha Spring walked to the creek and saw himself in the water. The scarlet 3 Tomo Sharingan was particularly noticeable. Tisk tisk, I didn't expect Izumi to be a talented girl from the Uchiha clan. Kie laughed in a teasing tone, making Kwan immediately recover from his previously suppressed grief and anger. Now Kwan can face anything more calmly. With Uchiha Qiye by her side, she can be fearless. No, Kie-kun is joking. By the way, Kie-kun, what is the future of the Uchiha family? Uchiha Itachi left behind his younger brother Sasuke. Sasuke? Izumi thought, it was the baby in Uchiha Itachi's swaddling clothes. Although I didn't see the scene where Uchiha Itachi killed him, Izumi imagined it enough. Under the joint slaughter of the masked man and Uchiha Itachi, no clan can escape. When he thought that Kie saved him from the future, Kwan's heart was very sweet. Of course, in the beginning, it was just that Kie wanted to disgust Uchiha Itachi to save Kwan. Let her fall in love with herself, green Uchiha Itachi, and be a tool man. After some contact, Kie naturally wanted to accept such a beautiful, lovely and kind beauty. So, Kie grabbed the Uchiha Spring before Itachi. With his strength and appearance, there is nothing he can't handle. Clearly, Kie has achieved his purpose. Kie-kun, I would like to go to the future with you. The future is the future in a few years? Kie touched Uchiha Kwan's little head. You see me like this, how many years later? 20 years? Or 30 years? Fool, after 12 years, am I so old that I won't be an uncle? Kai's amusing expression made Uchiha Izumi unable to help but chuckle. 12 years from now, what will Konoha look like at that time? Her heart was full of anticipation. Holding Uchiha Kwan's little hand, the ring of Kai's left eye pupil is turning. Start the time tomb, go to the future, return to the era I lived in, 12 years later. Ding, the host uses the time tomb to go to the world where the host originally lived 12 years later. Open black lens bracket. Did the time of Uchiha Spring change with the passage of time? Close black lens bracket. Chapter 241. Advertisement note. 1. Let the time of Uchiha Spring change, and its body will grow for 12 years with the passage of time. 2. If the time of Uchiha Spring is not changed, it will return to 12 years from its present appearance. Qiye must make Uchiha Quan's body change, otherwise what's the use of bringing a little lowly in the past? Cuteness is not worth mentioning in front of sexy, bigger is more fun. Without the slightest hesitation, Uchiha Qiye let Izumi's body change over time. Woo 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 woo. Uchiha Quan suddenly felt that the sky was dark and the mountains and rivers were turned upside down. The next second, she found that she and Uchiha Qiye were no longer on the grass, but in a house. The structure of this house is relatively simple, and although there are some changes, she can still see it at a glance. This is Kie-kun's home. Uchiha Quan visited Uchiha Kai's house several times, mostly when he was called to eat. Thoughtful, she immediately remembered the layout of Kai's house. Call Qiye on the side let out a long sigh. As expected, he was still the most comfortable in his original world. When Qiye was about to touch Uchiha Quan's head, she suddenly realized that she had grown a lot taller. The long black hair reaches to the waist, the smart big black eyes, and the beauty mole under the corners of the eyes add a bit of beauty. At this time, Qiye realized that the current Quan is no longer that 5-year-old child. Instead, she was a 17-year-old girl with a slender, uneven body. Rao was Qiye, and he looked at it a few more times and smiled. Quan, you are so beautiful when you grow up. What? Uchiha Izumi immediately took a look at himself, and his body has changed a lot. The sudden change in her body surprised her. I was also a little excited in my heart. Is this me when I grow up? Seeing her grown-up self all of a sudden, she didn't know how to express that kind of curiosity and hilarity. Yeah, I'm 17 years old now. Is that how I feel when I grow up? Is it not bad? Uchiha Quan quietly glanced at Qiye. Qiye-kun is still such a gentle person. In this world, can I go down the same path as Qiye-kun? In the heart of Uchiha Izumi, there is an incomparable expectation. Uchiha Spring is very unfamiliar to the world after 12 years. Qiye briefly introduced the current situation of the ninja world and the current situation of the village to her. She was surprised when she learned that Uchiha Qiye had become a Hokage consultant. At the same time, I am happy for him. It turns out that Qiye-kun has become Hokage's advisor. It's amazing. He is indeed a genius of the Uchiha family. In Quan's eyes, Uchiha Qiye is the absolute genius of the Uchiha family. Ah, is the current Hokage the one of the Sannin, Tsunade-sama? What, the senior members of 3rd Hokage and Danzo are already dead, those old people, damn it. Uchiha Izumi absorbs knowledge from the outside world like a newborn baby. Now Uchiha Sasuke is at Orochimaru, and the huge Uchiha clan only has Qiye and Izumi. In the past few days, Quan has fully demonstrated his curiosity about the outside world, and he has gradually become familiar with this new world. Country of Tien, Yinyan village. Sasuke, who had been sleeping for a long time, finally woke up. Tisk tisk, with new eyes, this majestic chakra, this power really excites me. Transplanted with Uchiha Fugaku cloned Sharingan, plus Hashirama cells. At this moment, Sasuke feels like he is the strongest person in the world. Father, I will show you with your eyes, the death of Uchiha Itachi. Sasuke-kun, congratulations on getting used to your new eyes, Hashirama cells fused very well. Humph, Sasuke's black pupils turned into the appearance of 3-Tomo Sharingan, and the 3-Tomo Sharingan changed again, becoming Mangekyo Sharingan in the shape of a hexagram. The evolution of Sharingan is not only there is a black stripe on the outside of the hexagram shape. Such was the power of his father Fugaku Sharingan. Sasuke spread his hands and looked up at the sky. He said softly, "This is power, ha ha ha." Sasuke, who received the power, couldn't hold back the joy in his heart and laughed wildly. The whole face became distorted and hideous. Uchiha laughed wildly. Orochimaru, any news from Uchiha Itachi? He asked Orochimaru next to him in a commanding tone. You won't be disappointed, Sasuke-kun. Kabuto stepped forward reluctantly. Itachi and his partner Hoshigaki Kisame have been active in the Country of Fire recently. Their goal is the Tail Beast, and there are rumors that 2 tails appeared in the Country of Fire, and Konoha also has 9 tails Jinchuriki Uzumaki Naruto. Very good, find Itachi's whereabouts as soon as possible, I can't wait. Clear. Kabuto held up his sparkling glasses. Advertisement. Sasuke is still pulling as always. He wonders why Orochimaru values him so much. Is it because he is from the Uchiha clan? For Kabuto, meanwhile, Sasuke is his experiment. The transplantation of Sharingan and Hashirama cells is done by Kabuto. He also wants to see if Sasuke's current strength is qualified to fight Itachi. How far has Sasuke grown with Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Hashirama cells? In the southern part of the Land of Fire, art duo Deidara and Sasori are also hanging around. Konoha has that terrifying man, and it's art that Deidara recognizes. Deidara and Sasori naturally dare not go to Konoha to win 9 tails. This kind of thing is left to the leader. Deidara and Sasori also want to see if their leader Payne can snatch 9 tails from the terrifying man. Uchiha Qiye told them the truth, and Deidara also held a dubious attitude. They just heard that her way is in the country of fire, so they want to pick up a leak. Because wild-tailed beasts don't have much power control, catching wild-tailed beasts is much easier than Jinchuriki. Deidara, I heard that Kisame and Itachi are also in the country of fire. We won't run into them, will we? HMPH, Uchiha Itachi, I haven't settled with him yet. Losing to Qiye left Deidara speechless. Because in front of Uchiha Qiye, Deidara sees no hope of winning. What remains is despair. But the defeat in the hands of Uchiha Itachi has always made Deidara uneasy. At least when facing Itachi, Deidara is confident and thinks that he can win. So he created the terrifying art of C4. Deidara, Akatsuki forbids infighting until the organization's goals are accomplished. Brother Sasori, why do you care so much about the rules? I just want to find him to verify my strength. Recently, news of Uchiha Sasuke's search for Itachi has spread in the ninja world. Many of them are fueled by Orochimaru. Deidara and Sasori, they both know about it. Brother Sasori, have you heard that Itachi's younger brother Uchiha Sasuke seems to seek revenge from him again? This time in the country of fire. Maybe there will be a good show to watch. On the other side, Kisame and Itachi were walking slowly in the forest. Kisame looked at the expressionless Itachi and asked with interest, Itachi, your brother seems to have gone to Orochimaru to gain strength, and the whole world seems to be looking for you. Sasuke, he doesn't have the qualifications yet. I heard that Orochimaru's reincarnation technique is to occupy other people's bodies, and your younger brother dares to dedicate his body to Orochimaru for revenge. Tisk tisk, Mr. Itachi, it seems that you are not a good brother in his eyes. Kisame showed his sharp teeth and has been partnering with Itachi for so long. He knows more or less about Itachi and his younger brother Sasuke. Sasuke lives for revenge. His only purpose is to kill Uchiha Itachi. Itachi looked up at the sky, his eyes narrowed slightly, and his expression looked a little sad. He murmured, Sasuke, you are not yet incapable of standing in front of me. According to common sense, Sasuke's current age is the last year of ninja school. Even if he defected to Orochimaru, Itachi would not pay attention. As a big brother, he loves this little brother so much. Even if Sasuke hates him for the rest of his life, Itachi doesn't care. This is ninja, this is what a ninja in Anbu should do. No matter what Sasuke thinks of him, what outsiders think of him. In Itachi's own heart, he will always be the ninja of Konoha, Uchiha Itachi. He has decided to sacrifice himself in the battle with Sasuke, but not yet. In Itachi's eyes, the current Sasuke is not qualified to let him shoot. My stupid brother, I'd like to see what you can do with Orochimaru. Uchiha Sasuke and Orochimaru join forces to search the world for Uchiha Itachi. This is not only spread in the country of fire, but almost the entire ninja world knows it. This is also thanks to the power of Orochimaru, so that almost everyone in the whole ninja world knows about this. Sasuke's ambitions are not that big. He wants to kill Konoha's S-rank rebel ninja, Uchiha Itachi, under the eyes of the whole world. At the same time, tell the ninjas all over the world that there is no good end to being a traitor. When they see Uchiha Itachi's death, then they end up betrayal. Therefore, Sasuke's revenge battle shocked the entire ninja world. Qiye greeted Tsunade. Say that you don't care about Sasuke and Orochimaru, and don't list Sasuke as a traitor. Everything, just be a melon eater quietly. Tsunade told Konoha's ninjas to follow Kai's principles. Regardless of what happened to Uchiha Sasuke, everyone else is watching the show, but Naruto is making trouble. Say why Sasuke talks to Orochimaru. Orochimaru is clearly the murderer of Grandpa Third Hokage. This Sasuke's brain is so funny, complaining is complaining, at. Now Naruto is still at the ninja school, with Iruka watching over him, and he can't make any trouble. Outside Konoha village, after several days of familiarity, Uchiha Spring has completely adapted to this world. Kimamero's figure slowly appeared in front of Kai's eyes. He half kneeled and said, Master Qiye, Master Orochimaru, let me convey that he and Sasuke are about to meet Uchiha Itachi. Qiye smiled lightly. This battle is finally here. Chapter 242 Advertisement. Qiye-sama, Orochimaru-sama have found Uchiha Itachi's location, and he is going with Sasuke and the others. Kimimaro said everything with a blank face. Orochimaru had told him that as soon as there was news, he would immediately report to Qiye. Oh, did we finally meet? Qiye showed a playful smile. These days, Orochimaru spreads the news of Uchiha Sasuke's revenge on Uchiha Itachi all over the world. With the power of the Yin village in the country of Tianjin, it is quite simple to do this. All of a sudden, the whole world knew about the battle between the Uchiha brothers. Of course, there is also the meaning of Uchiha Sasuke. He just wanted the whole world to witness the death of Uchiha Itachi. His revenge must be dramatic, and the end result will definitely be his Sasuke victory. Uchiha Sasuke wants the world to see Uchiha Itachi's death. Only in this way can Sasuke's empty vengeance be satisfied. Killing Uchiha Itachi under the world's attention can comfort the undead of the Uchiha clan. The Land of Water, Kirigakure, Qing. Master Yuan, recently the infighting between the Uchiha brothers has been spreading in the ninja world. Oh, are you talking about the fight between Uchiha Sasuke and Uchiha Itachi? Huh. One is Konoha's S-Class rebel ninja, and the other is colluding with Konoha's S-Class rebel ninja Orochimaru. They're not good things. Master Yuan did not know how this matter spread so quickly in the ninja world. Even Mist Shinobi, who is in their closed village, knows all about it. People all over the world have a heart to eat melons, and Yuan Shi is no exception. Qing, who do you think will win the battle between these two brothers? Uchiha Itachi is a genius of the Uchiha family who is as famous as Shisui. As for Itachi's younger brother Uchiha Sasuke, Qing has never heard of it. This young man must be still at the ninja school. Just defected to Orochimaru and gained a little power. If he fights alone, Ao thinks that Uchiha Itachi will definitely win. If it's a group battle, not to mention it, an Orochimaru faction could never be Akatsuki's opponent. There are rumors outside that this is a battle of revenge, and others should not intervene. This is the battle between Uchiha Itachi and Uchiha Sasuke, and Ao believes that it is Uchiha Itachi who will win. Yuan Shi's empty eyes looked into the distance. Ao, do you think Uchiha Itachi won? And so do I. No matter who dies of these two Uchihas, it will only benefit the other shinobi villages. It's best to let the Uchiha clan disappear from the ninja world, so that they Mist Shinobi will never have to be dominated by the Sharingan again. Because Sharingan has powerful pupil power, their fourth Mizukage of Mist Shinobi was once controlled by Sharingan's pupil power. Without the Uchiha clan in Konoha village, it is also a great loss of their strength. The Land of Thunder, Cloud Shinobi Village. Azabui, Raikage-sama, you should know about the battle of the Uchiha clan. Fourth Raikage glared. The fight between Uchiha Sasuke and Uchiha Itachi has no interest in eating melons at all. If there is any interest left, they are all Uchiha clan. And the Uchiha clan also has Uchiha Qiye, who is Raikage's heartache. It's because of this man that their Cloud Shinobi is disgraced. It was also because of this man that Cloud Shinobi lost their second tail. It even thwarted their Cloud Shinobi ninja spirit on the battlefield. Raikage wished the Uchiha clan would all die. Unexpectedly, there are still 3 Uchihas in this world. Uchiha Sasuke and Cloud Shinobi didn't even know there was such a person. How could it be an opponent with Mangekyo Sharingan Uchiha Itachi? This shit is just looking for death. Whether it is Orochimaru, Sasuke or Uchiha Itachi, it is Konoha's rebellion. All dead is best, that's what they expect from Cloud Shinobi Ninja. If these 3 rebels all return to Konoha, it will be a great improvement for Konoha village's strength. In the eyes of outsiders, Konoha just has a good deck of cards that have been smashed. In this battle of Uchiha's revenge, Iwagakure in the Land of the Land is the most concerned. Third Tsuchikage Onogi is quite looking forward to this fight. Even John and Lois didn't understand why this old man cared so much about Uchiha's battle. Hey, old man, what's there to pay attention to in other ninja village rebellion battles? Wangtu, don't you know that a character like Uchiha Madara once appeared in the Uchiha family? Uchiha Madara? In the ninja world, no one knows everyone. That's the only one who can compete with Senju Hashirama, the god of ninjas, who knows their horror now. Third Tsuchikage Onogi has seen Uchiha and fought against him. The young Onogi was vulnerable in front of Madara. Considered a child, Madara was not serious at all. What kind of adult would take a kid seriously? The title of Uchiha left a deep shadow in Onogi's heart. Advertisement: he was afraid that a character like Uchiha Madara would appear in the Uchiha clan again. So this Uchiha clan battle, he is looking forward to the final result. Either way, Uchiha Itachi has the absolute advantage. But Onogi always had such an uneasy feeling in his heart. Maybe a miracle happened. The little-known Uchiha Sasuke killed Uchiha Itachi, who was famous in the ninja world. On the other side, Kisame and Itachi are walking slowly in the forest in the middle of the Fire Nation. These days, they found the blue flames of chakra of Natai Matabi near here. It shows that her way must have been around here. After a while, Kisame and Itachi were resting under a big tree. Kisame touched Samahata beside him and talked eloquently. Itachi, your younger brother seems to be insane. The matter of revenge on you has been publicized all over the world, and he even threatened to let people all over the world see your rebellious death. Your younger brother is completely with you. Not like it. He really couldn't see Kisame. Such a low-key and introverted person like Itachi could have such a high-profile and arrogant younger brother. It's Orochimaru behind the scenes. Itachi closed his eyes and said slowly. In fact, he couldn't figure it out either. Maybe that's what Sasuke meant. My foolish brother, can you really claim revenge on me to the whole world? You are not even qualified to face me right now. Shish. There was a harsh sound of dead branches rubbing in the jungle, and the air was filled with the smell of snakes. Itachi opened his eyes, and Kisame held Samahada beside him, grinning. Come on, I didn't expect it to be so fast. Bang bang. Suddenly, two giant snakes appeared in front of Kisame and Itachi. With their bloody mouths open, they were bound to swallow them alive. Kisame and Itachi jumped back quickly, and the two big snakes slammed into the ground heavily, throwing them in the air. Itachi's black pupils twitched slightly, and three black shadows walked from the mouths of the two big snakes. Sasuke, Orochimaru, Kisame on the side slumped. Tisk tisk, Orochimaru is still so disgusting. Itachi, your younger brother is broken. It was Orochimaru, Uchiha Sasuke, the three who appeared in front of Kisame and Itachi. Itachi, it's so hard for me and Sasuke-kun to find it. Orochimaru stretched out his long tongue and licked his lips, aiming at Uchiha Itachi. On the contrary, Sasuke stood there quietly as soon as he came out, not looking at Uchiha Itachi, but bowing his head and wondering what he was thinking. Tisk tisk, Orochimaru, can't help the eagle and turn to the chick in the bird's nest. It is indeed the legendary Sannin. Itachi is also a master of mockery. Orochimaru couldn't help Itachi, unable to grab his body, so he turned his target to Uchiha Sasuke. Itachi, I'm no longer interested in the bodies of your Uchiha clan. Mr. Itachi, do you want me to teach your younger brother a lesson and let him know what an older brother is? Kisame on the side is a little itchy. His sword Samahada hasn't cut anyone for a long time. No, Kisame, he's here for me, just don't let anyone else bother you. Well, then I'll deal with the traitors of the organization first. This is the job of Deidara and the others. There's no way. Traitors are traitors. Dealing with traitors is the duty of every Akatsuki member. Kisami's shark-like eyes turned to Orochimaru. At this time, Sasuke suddenly raised his head, his black pupils turned into scarlet 3-tomo Sharingan. So it is, my stupid brother, so you also have 3-tomo Sharingan, at. Kisame was slightly shocked. Hey, Itachi, it turns out that there are people who have the same eyes as you, and he is indeed your younger brother. Ha ha ha. Seeing Uchiha Itachi's Sasuke burst out laughing, the face gradually contorted into a hideous one. This sudden laughter seemed to dissolve the awkward atmosphere. Uchiha Itachi. Kisame. Itachi, is there something wrong with your brother's brain, or is he so excited to see you? Immediately, Kisame pointed to his temple with his index finger. This is the first time Sasuke has seen Uchiha Itachi since the night of the genocide. It was also the first time he saw his so-called older brother after he gained power. Excited, arrogant, all kinds of emotions flooded into his heart at once. Sasuke couldn't hold back any longer and laughed wildly. When he thought that he could see Uchiha Itachi's death here, his whole body trembled involuntarily. This is what he lives for. The wild and uninhibited laughter is a bit creepy to hear. At this moment, Itachi seemed to realize that Sasuke was no longer the Sasuke he used to be. Sasuke, it looks like you've become a little stronger. This creepy laughter made the birds in the forest start to run around. In the dark forest, only Itachi, Kisame, Sasuke, Orochimaru and Kabuto were left. It's up to me to deal with it. As for that dead fisheye who wants to die, I don't mind sending you on the road myself. As soon as Sasuke opened his mouth, he was quite bold. He is going to 1 versus 2, fighting 2 Akatsuki members alone. To know that the other party is 2 S-class betrayal. How could I have an audience at this important moment? I saw that Sasuke's hands quickly formed a seal and slapped the ground. Impure World Reincarnation, Chapter 243 Advertisement. Sasuke made a complicated mark and slapped his hands on the ground. Impure World Reincarnation. Immediately, 2 coffins emerged from the soil. This Impure World Reincarnation was naturally taught to Sasuke by Orochimaru, so it is not difficult to use this art, but the conditions are a bit harsh. Tisk tisk, it's Impure World Reincarnation. Itachi, it seems that your younger brother didn't learn any good ninjutsu at Orochimaru, but instead learned the forbidden technique of manipulating the dead. Itachi narrowed his eyes and did not speak. He was also curious about who was in the 2 coffins. Just now Sasuke didn't mean to beat me with his own power. Now, to borrow the power of others in Impure World Reincarnation? That's right, my stupid brother, now you can only use external force. Bang bang bang, the coffin board fell off, and the 2 figures inside appeared in front of Uchiha Itachi. This is. Seeing these 2 people, Itachi looked horrified, and the muscles of the whole face began to twist. It's the first time Kisame has ever seen such an expression on Itachi, who has always been calm. Who is it here that can make Itachi so surprised? What? Kisame saw that the two people in the coffin looked a bit like Itachi. Could it be that? Hum. Orochimaru and Kabuto smiled at each other, and they were naturally proud to see Itachi's shocked expression. When he was in Akatsuki's organization, it was Orochimaru who wanted to take Itachi's body, but was trapped by the other party's gold-binding illusion, and lost a hand to it. Only escaped under the cover of Kabuto, with only one hand, Orochimaru returned with a different body. And now, the feng shui turns, and now it is Uchiha Itachi's turn to fear. Itachi looked at the two familiar figures, his black eyes suddenly turned into three Tomo Sharingan, and glared at Sasuke. Sasuke, this is a battle between you and me, but you actually played with the souls of the dead and let them get involved. Ha. The more irritable Itachi was, the more excited Sasuke became. This is no longer a simple battle between you and me. Playing with the souls of the dead, Uchiha Itachi, are you so kind and righteous? Why didn't you see such kindness and righteousness when you slaughtered the Uchiha family? It was none other than Sasuke and Itachi's parents, Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Makoto. Itachi never imagined that he would meet his parents in the battle with Sasuke. He never thought Sasuke would play this trick with him. Sasuke did not manipulate his parents, but let them watch silently. Uchiha Fugaku and Makoto have no consciousness of their own. Sasuke wants them to see the death of Uchiha Itachi, to show them that he avenged them with his own hands. At the same time, let the patriarch Uchiha Fugaku be a witness. He Uchiha Sasuke will get rid of the traitor Uchiha Itachi today. Kisame grinned, and the two were Itachi's parents as expected. Itachi, your brother has a lot of tricks. Whoever caused all this was Uchiha Itachi. Did I twist Sasuke's heart, or did he learn from Orochimaru badly, and was it a mistake to keep him in the first place? At this time, Uchiha Itachi couldn't help but doubt himself. Playing with the souls of the dead, it's ridiculous to say this in Uchiha Itachi's mouth. Sasuke enjoys this feeling, especially when Uchiha Itachi doesn't like him and can't kill him. Kill Uchiha Itachi. Don't worry, he will slowly torture this demon, the demon who slaughtered the Uchiha clan. Sasuke is going to push Uchiha Itachi into the abyss of sin step by step. He didn't want to do it overnight, because then he wouldn't be able to see Uchiha Itachi struggling. In that way, Sasuke's heart is not satisfied. Sasuke walked over to the coffin. Father, mother, today you will be able to see the death of your murderer, Uchiha Itachi, and you will be very satisfied. Brothers Uchiha Sasuke and Itachi meet. In front of Itachi's Sharingan, Sasuke was not afraid at all. Uchiha Itachi, my Sharingan has seen your death. Itachi, since you don't want to take action, let me help you get rid of your brother. Kisame raised Samahada, moved quickly, and ran towards Uchiha Sasuke. Clang, a low metal collision and a crisp sound followed. Facing Kisami's enormous power, Sasuke blocked Samahada's attack with a kunai. The figure didn't take a step back. At this point, Sasuke could feel the chakra draining rapidly from his body. Looks like your knife is a little tricky. Fire style, dragon fire technique. Without any hesitation, Sasuke gathered chakra in his mouth and spit out a fiery flame. At such a close distance, Kisame quickly retreated back. Water style, water dragon bomb technique. A sturdy water dragon roared in the sky and collided with the fire dragon in the air. Fire and water have never been compatible since ancient times. Water style is more restrained water style. But at this moment, the momentum of the Sasuke dragon clearly overwhelms Kisami's water dragon bomb. Swish, the scorching high temperature directly turned the water dragon into steam. After all, the water dragon bomb could not resist this arrogant dragonfire, and the bright and hot flames rushed towards Hoshigaki Kisame in an instant. Immediately, the place where Kisame was located became a sea of fire. This is the power of rebirth Uchiha Sasuke. Suppressed Mist Shinobi's S-Class Rebel Ninja, Hoshigaki Kisame, with one shot. Advertisement. The flames gradually dissipated, and a dark shadow emerged from the sea of flames. Hoshigaki Kisame stared at Uchiha Sasuke with shark-like eyes. At this time, Kisame was a little embarrassed, and Akatsuki's uniform was a little tattered. There is a missing piece, and the huge chest muscles are looming. The injury wasn't a big deal, but it was the first time after Kisame joined Akatsuki that he looked so embarrassed. Terrifying killing intent shrouded him, and he was so embarrassed by a little devil. This is not to ruin the reputation of the 7 ninja swordsmen, although Kisame doesn't care much, but it does lose Akatsuki's face. This does not match his strength and identity. Itachi, your brother's current strength is indeed extraordinary. Just after a simple fight, Sasuke attacked with Kisami's sword Samahada with the power of taijutsu alone. Itachi knows Kisami's power all too well, and it's remarkable that Sasuke has taken on his attack at such a young age. In ninjutsu, Sasuke's fire style directly suppresses Kisami's water style. Although Kisame was underestimated at the beginning, it did not prevent Sasuke from showing his strength. Itachi, who saw this scene, actually showed a smile. Sasuke, you have grown up. Sasuke didn't care about Itachi's compliments. I said, these eyes have seen your death, but you should never let your father and mother filthy. This time I will really kill you. Ha ha, Sasuke laughed wildly. Ridiculous, ridiculous, really ridiculous. It's ridiculous that these words came from the mouth of Uchiha Itachi, who killed his father and killed his mother. I just want to get them out of the dirt. How about you beat me? My stupid brother, you are playing with fire. Who's playing with fire and you'll find out. Uchiha Itachi glanced at Orochimaru and Kabuto them. Kisame, those two Orochimaru guys will be handed over to you. As for my stupid brother, I will do it myself. Being deflated under Sasuke, Kisame is very upset. But he has always been very obedient to Itachi's orders. Very well, Itachi, you didn't let the others intervene, or they would end up like you, dying. Kisame. Is this FK Itachi's younger brother so rampant? Is he lacking social beatings? When you open your mouth and shut your mouth, you pretend to be forceful, as if you were invincible in the world. Although Kisame felt a little unhappy, he could only leave it all to Itachi. Oh, I didn't expect it to be so lively here. A playful voice came from the sky. Orochimaru's expression froze. It's them, things got troublesome. Above the sky, two figures stood on the big white bird. Like Kisame, Itachi and the others, they are all cloaks in black robes and red clouds. It's none other than Akatsuki's artistic duo, Deidara and Sasori. The big white clay bird waving its huge wings whipped up a gust of wind. Finally stopped beside Kisame. Senior Kisame, you don't look very good looking like this. Seeing Kisame in tatters, Deidara naturally sneered. That's what Kisame did when he fought Itachi. Who am I supposed to be? It turns out to be a kid who plays blasting. What kind of wind is blowing today? It's blowing you here too. It's our job to kill the rebels of the organization, Kisame. Sasori and Hiru Amber also spoke. He once played against Orochimaru. Sasori used the puppet third case cage to fight the third case cage that came out of Orochimaru's filth. At that time, Orochimaru's impure world reincarnation was immature, and he finally let him escape. Sasori's sharp gaze turned to Sasori beside Orochimaru. This is the undercover he has placed beside Orochimaru. Controlled by his sublime magic, Sasori got all of Orochimaru's information from Kabuto. But what Sasori doesn't know is that the magic he placed in Kabuto's mind has long since been released by Orochimaru. Kabuto's true identity is Orochimaru's spy beside him. Akatsuki's information was obtained by Kabuto from Sasori. In the final analysis, Sasori underestimated Orochimaru, one of the Sannin. Seeing Sasori's appearance, Kabuto even showed a weird smile. He sighed inwardly. Interesting, I didn't expect to see Sasori and Deidara here. Are the Akatsuki organizations coming soon? Orochimaru crossed his arms across his chest, and this was not just Sasuke's revenge battle. The more chaotic the battle, the more excited Orochimaru became. Hey, those eyes are exactly the same as Itachi. Those are your younger brothers, right, Itachi? It seems that his name is Sasuke. Deidara, who is not too big to watch the fun, continues to add fuel to it. Sasuke has long been impatient with the status of Itachi's younger brother. The first impression the other party saw him was Uchiha Itachi's younger brother. Sasuke always lives in the shadow of Uchiha Itachi. But today, Sasuke will clear the haze and let the sun shine on him. Because of Uchiha Itachi, he will die by his own hands. Qiye sensed the chaos of chakra and smiled lightly. They're here too. Tisk tisk. Things are getting more and more interesting. Chapter 244. Advertisement. Qiye and Izumi are on their way to the battlefield of Sasuke and Itachi. He could perceive, except for those powerful chakras. The chakra Qiye who have played against him, Deidara and Sasori, are also quite familiar with them. Tisk tisk. I didn't expect them to be there too, it's really fate. Can I see Shao open a group in my lifetime? I would like to see it. In the original book, Shao Fei, who was originally invincible in a group, wanted to send them one by one in groups of 2. And even if it is a duo, there are many actors in it. In the original book, Sasori was an actor who let himself die at the hands of Chiyo's mother-in-law. Not to mention Deidara, even if Obito, the masked man, helped a little bit, Deidara wouldn't blow himself up. Masked man Obito's only help is to help Deidara bury mines, and at other times, he is playing soy sauce all the way. So Deidara is Obito's saddest tool, completely used by Obito as a test subject to test Sasuke. And this time, the 4 Akatsuki members gathered together. Will they go out together? On the other hand, Sasuke and Itachi are at odds with each other. Neither side made a move for the first time. Sasuke was quite surprised by the sudden appearance of the 2 Akatsuki members. He didn't expect that there would be 2 more interfering guys at this time, and they were both powerful ninjas. But it doesn't matter, even if Sage of 6 Paths comes today, Uchiha Itachi's life will not be saved. Hey, I'm so scared, Itachi. Your brother is staring at us, do you want me to help? Deidara spread her hands, looking very helpless. Before Itachi could speak, Deidara threw several clay spiders and flew towards Uchiha Sasuke. Kisame grinned. He had a lot of respect for his fellow Itachi, but maybe the other members. I'm afraid that Blaster Kid is still brooding over his defeat in the hands of Itachi. Deidara completely ignored Itachi's intentions and shot directly. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Suddenly, Sasuke's whole body flashed with lightning. Hundreds of clay spiders flying towards him were bounced off. He fell all around and twitched, unable to even explode. Deidara frowned slightly. Cut, this guy has lightning style. Sasuke's practice with Orochimaru was not a waste of time. His chakra is thunder and fire, and Orochimaru's previous purpose was to learn all the ninjutsu in this world. Naturally, there are a variety of ninjutsu for Sasuke to choose from. Although the current Sasuke did not learn Chidori from Kakashi, it is no problem to use various lightning styles. That expressionless face with Sharingan is no different from Itachi. This made Deidara quite upset. Uchiha Qiye, who is also a Uchiha clan, did not give Deidara this feeling. Uchiha Qiye is a real art in Deidara's view. And this pair of Uchiha brothers is just pretending. Itachi, what, do you want others to help too? Itachi was dismissive of Sasuke's questioning. My stupid brother, you didn't say it just now, this is not just a battle between you and me. Uchiha Sasuke. Don't underestimate Uchiha, the 4 Akatsuki members, then let's go together, what should I be afraid of? Itachi. Don't underestimate Uchiha, I also give you this sentence, Sasuke. Orochimaru's entire face was cloudy. To be honest, Sasuke has the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan plus Hashirama cells though. The strength is very strong, but Orochimaru has never seen how strong it is, and he has no idea in his heart. On the opposite side, there are 4 Akatsuki members, all of whom are S-class rebels. Apart from Kisame, Orochimaru has played against 3 others. More or less have a certain understanding of their strength. Let Sasuke be 1 to 4, he is really worried. Sasuke-kun, are you sure you don't want us to shoot? The other party is the 4 Akatsuki members. HMPH, Orochimaru, let's cool off and watch. Even if the entire Akatsuki organization comes today, it won't prevent me from taking Itachi's head. Deidara gave a playful smile. Itachi, your brother has such a big tone, doesn't it stink? Master Orochimaru, at this time, Kimimaro finally arrived at the scene. Seeing Kimimaro's appearance, Orochimaru finally breathed a sigh of relief. Kimimaro, is that lord here yet? Sir Orochimaru, I have invited that sire. That adult. All of a sudden Deidara, Sasori Itachi and Kisame were all stunned. Who can make Orochimaru say that adult? You must know that Orochimaru is one of the legendary Sannin, with a prestigious status and a well-known title. Speaking of that lord, Orochimaru showed great respect. Who on earth could make Orochimaru so low profile? Yo, Orochimaru, Sasuke, long time no see. Suddenly, a loud voice came from not far away. Sasuke took a closer look, and sure enough he was right. It's the man who guided him to become stronger, Uchiha Qiye. Advertisement the same as the Uchiha clan, today when killing the traitor Uchiha Itachi. With Lord Qiye present, it would be even better. With the appearance of Uchiha Qiye, Sasori and Deidara froze in place. How did this meet him here? The two looked terrified, of course. Sasori, who was hiding in the puppet, naturally couldn't see what his face was. As for Deidara, her face was covered in fine sweat, and she couldn't help but tremble slightly. In front of this man, they have absolutely no hope of winning. So, what is he here for? Kisame rarely sees Deidara look like this. What, Deidara, do you know that guy? I have seen, a very strong person. Deidara simply perfunctory. When he was at the base, he didn't even say anything about the one tail being taken, let alone now. On the other hand, Uchiha Itachi was quite surprised to see Uchiha Qiye appear. Uchiha Qiye was the only man he missed apart from Sasuke on the night of the genocide. And now, are the 2 surviving Uchihas finally going to avenge him? When the Uchiha family was still around, Itachi only met Qiye occasionally. I don't have any impression of him, he's just an ordinary person. Just like most ordinary people of the Uchiha clan. Itachi felt a little different when Uchiha Qiye was not found on the night of the genocide. In fact, after that, the masked man Obito went back to Konoha to fight with Uchiha Qiye, and then the masked man Obito didn't tell Itachi. After thinking about it, is it all controlled by Uchiha Qiye behind the scenes? Thinking of this, Itachi glanced at Qiye, and seeing Kai's playful expression somehow made him shudder. Uchiha Itachi, you should have no impression of me, I'm just an ordinary Uchiha clan. To be honest, in the night of the genocide, I should have died by you or the masked man, but I just escaped by luck, it's just this calamity. Ordinary Uchiha people. Hearing this, Sasuke's mouth twitched. If Qiye were still an ordinary Uchiha clan, then the Uchiha clan would not have any genius. Even if the current Sasuke has eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Hashirama cells, he can't see Kai's true strength. That unknown and mysterious power is the most terrifying. HMPH, since everyone's here, to be honest, Uchiha Qiye, I'm actually curious, how did you escape from the Uchiha family that night? Do you have the ability to predict the future, or is it just a fluke? That night after killing the Uchiha clan and warning Danzo, Itachi and Obito, the masked man, felt like he was missing someone when he reunited, and he recalled the entire process of his slaughter. There is no sign of that person, Uchiha Qiye, it was too late to go back then. The Uchiha family has been blocked by Konoha's ninjas and Anbu. And Itachi can conclude that Uchiha Qiye was not in the Uchiha clan that night at all. Is predicting the future still a fluke? What if I say both? The corners of Kai's mouth rose slightly, revealing a playful smile. This is the battle between Uchiha Sasuke and Uchiha Itachi. Everyone present is not allowed to interfere, just watch it quietly. Qiye shouted coldly. Call, with these words from Uchiha Qiye, Orochimaru breathed a sigh of relief. Still so domineering, Qiye-kun, Orochimaru believes that holding Deidara and Sasori should not be a problem if Uchiha Qiye is around. And Kisame he can hold, no one will disturb Sasuke and Itachi's fight. Deidara smiled lightly. Ah, that, big brother Sasori, this is the infighting of the Uchiha clan brothers, we can just watch from the sidelines, we will support Itachi in spirit, you say so. Sasori. Deidara, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense, let's not disturb their brother's reminiscence. Deidara and Sasori immediately stood on the claybird and flew high into the sky. The two let out a long sigh of relief. Uchiha Qiye has spoken out what else they can do. And Deidara doesn't really want to help Itachi with his younger brother. Sitting on the mountain and watching tigers fight is the best. Kisame has black lines all over his face. I wondered how Deidara and Sasori changed their faces so quickly, and they agreed to fight together. Since the appearance of the one named Uchiha Qiye, the dimensions of the two seem to be completely messed up. Weird, really weird. Itachi also told Kisame not to shoot, this is his battle with Sasuke. Bang bang, the coffin board fell off, and the filthy Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Makoto stood there silently. Qiye couldn't help but smile. This Sasuke seems to have learned a little bit of his essence, and even brought his parents out to watch the battle. Dutiful son, really a big dutiful son. The revenge for killing his father is unbearable, and this is Uchiha Sasuke's revenge battle. My stupid brother, I want to see what qualifications you have to stand in front of me now. However, Itachi may not have imagined that there are even bigger surprises waiting for him. A soft voice came from Kai's ear. Qiye-kun, has the battle of their brothers begun? Look, it's almost time. Itachi looked towards the source of the sound, and the scarlet pupils suddenly enlarged. How is this possible? Chapter 245 Advertisement. This sound. Uchiha Itachi looked towards the source of the voice, his scarlet pupils suddenly dilated. With long black and gray hair, a mole under the corner of his right eye, and a shallow smile. Itachi, who had always been calm, had finally collapsed the last line of defense in his heart. Spring? How is this possible? This is not possible at all. Quan died on the night of the extermination 5 years ago. And how could it be in front of him now? Seeing Uchiha Azumi's current appearance, those clear eyes were not the eyes of impure world reincarnation at all. Moreover, Azumi's body shape is not the same as 5 years ago, it seems that he has lived to the present. No, it's impossible, I'm the one who sent Quan to that place with my own hands. Why is this? At this moment Uchiha Itachi has doubts about life. Note. The official novel Nakaizumi died at the hands of Itachi and spent his life in Tsukuyomi's world. Obito, the masked man, also said that Itachi killed his parents and his lover, but the one who did not kill was his younger brother, Sasuke. The animation was changed to Izumi who died at the hands of the masked man Uchiha Obito. Why is Quan still alive? Uchiha Itachi was shocked inside. When he saw Uchiha Quan holding Kai's arm, he was stunned. Uchiha Qiye, is it your fault? Qiye smiled lightly, he couldn't understand why Uchiha Itachi was so angry. Sasuke was equally puzzled, he couldn't understand his brother, this enemy. No matter what happened, he was extremely calm and unassuming. But at this moment, the defense is actually broken, and the expression is so excited, why is this? This seems to be something that happened after Lord Qiye came. What does Mr. Qiye do? It seems not. What, Uchiha Itachi, are you surprised that you killed the whole clan, or are you surprised to see her? Kai's fingertips lifted Quan's chin, and Quan looked shy. Quan, don't you know me? Uchiha Itachi has completely lost the image of the former high and cold, and shouted out. I know, of course I know. Uchiha Itachi, the son of the head of the Uchiha clan. The genius of the Uchiha clan, how could I not know it? I know you and I who slaughtered the whole clan very well. Izumi is indifferent to Kaido, and in her eyes, Uchiha Itachi is just a demon that kills people. HMPH, if it wasn't for Kie-kun, I wouldn't be able to stand here at all. I'm glad to see your death here today. Kie hugged Quan's slender waist. Uchiha Itachi's eyes almost popped out. He didn't understand why Quan was still alive, and it was as if he had lived from the night of the genocide to the present. And Quan really died in his own hands. How could such a thing happen? Is it a secret technique that brings people back from the dead, that Uchiha Qiye can do such a thing? No, don't believe it. Uchiha Itachi doesn't believe it at all. Itachi gathered chakra over his pupils and locked his gaze on Uchiha Qiye. Amaterasu. Shush, black flames appeared instantly. Qiye smiled, a little trick. Godly ice. His black pupils suddenly became Mangekyo Sharingan. Click. Click, the inextinguishable black flame was frozen forcibly in front of him. How can that be? The people present were in an uproar and were shocked. Known as the strongest physical attack, Amaterasu Black Flame. The black flames that would not go out except to burn all the sites were frozen. Itachi was shocked. Orochimaru even grinned, as expected of Kie-kun. Deidara and Sasori above the sky wiped the cold sweat from their faces. They had already seen this strange freezing power. Now that they were frozen when they saw the inextinguishable black flame, they couldn't see through Uchiha Kai's strength even more. This Uchiha Itachi Qiye is something they can't afford to mess with. Sasuke's eyes narrowed. He was once frozen by Kai's ice. But looking at it now, the black flame can be frozen. Then what does he count? There is a feeling that Sasuke feels that even if he has Mangekyo Sharingan and Hashirama cells, he is still not enough in front of Uchiha Qiye. Mangekyo Sharingan, you actually turned on Mangekyo Sharingan. Seeing the change in Uchiha Kai's eyes, Itachi's face showed a dignified look. Indeed, only the Mangekyo Sharingan can stand against the Mangekyo Sharingan. His Amaterasu was forced. Itachi felt a little better. Why, only you, Uchiha Itachi, are allowed to open their eyes, don't others deserve to be opened? Qiye stood with his hands behind his back, ignoring everything. Sasuke, the next stage is handed over to you. I hope you don't let me do it again. Understood, Mr. Qiye. Both Orochimaru and Sasuke are highly respected by Uchiha Qiye. Itachi can see it. Is it Uchiha Qiye who is behind the scenes? The fish that slipped through the net on the night of the extermination of the family has grown to this stage now, and is still an ordinary Uchiha tribe. Uchiha Itachi spoke softly. It was he who led Sasuke astray, and this man must not stay. Itachi has a deep sense of unease in his heart. Uchiha Qiye will pose a great threat to both Konoha and the ninja world. Advertisement his true identity, Uchiha Itachi, as Konoha's undercover agent to Akatsuki. However, the high-level officials who sent him on the mission, whether it was 3rd Hokage or Danzo, Homura, Kaharu, are no longer there. Orochimaru and the others didn't do it, and Kisame naturally didn't do it either. He could only listen to Itachi's advice and be a bystander. As soon as Kisame strikes, Orochimaru and the others will strike, and the scene will only become more chaotic. Who do you think will win the battle between Kie-kun, Uchiha Sasuke and his brother Itachi? Quan, what do you think? Of course I want Uchiha Sasuke to win, so that he can avenge his parents and the Uchiha family. Well, so do I. Kie and Izumi were talking so loudly that Itachi could just hear them. This made him even more distracted. Judging from the situation just now, Quan did know him. Did Izumi forget our feelings? This is what Itachi guessed. In Quan's eyes, he seems to have become a heinous person. Didn't he kill the whole clan? Not only Izumi, but also Uchiha Fugaku and Makoto of Dirty Earth watched. This was a great torture for Itachi. This was originally a feud between him and Sasuke, and Itachi never imagined that it had been involved so much. Could Quan be controlled by illusion? Through Sharingan Itachi did not see the chaos of Izumi chakra, but the smooth and free movement of each vein. Damn it, what the hell did that Uchiha Qiye do? Itachi was slightly distracted and Sasuke caught him. Tisk tisk, at this time, you can think of other things. Itachi, fire style, dragon fire technique. Several huge fire dragons rushed towards Uchiha Itachi with scorching heat. I saw Uchiha Itachi's eyes narrowed, and the fire dragon was already in front of him. To have such a strong fire style ninjutsu, Itachi's younger brother is really unusual. Sasori, who was above the sky, praised. Kisame showed a shark-toothed sly smile. Just now his water style was suppressed by this fire style, even though they didn't use all their strength. But the escape technique that can break through the restraint of attributes, the power can be seen as Madara. Seeing several fire dragons rushing towards him, Uchiha Itachi had no intention of running away. Bang, bang, bang. Then came the sound of explosions. Kimimaro. Did it work? Orochimaru. No, that man's strength is more than that. The bright red flame was burning, and in that sea of fire, it was like a red Asura was born. Qiye raised her eyebrows and said with a smile, "Is this even used directly?" Uchiha Itachi in a sea of flames is unscathed by the huge red skull encasing it. "Sasuke, you have grown a lot, but can your Sharingan do this?" Wow, the huge red skeleton waved gently, and a road was opened in the sea of fire. Uchiha Itachi came out with a smile. Kisame, Deidara, Sasori and others who were watching the battle were all stunned. This fight is worth watching, maybe to see the true strength of Uchiha Itachi. Kisame murmured, "Itachi, this is the profound meaning of the Uchiha clan you said, the power that can only be obtained when the Mangekyo Sharingan is turned on, Susanoo." Deidara above the sky showed a playful smile, they had seen Kai's Susanoo. Unexpectedly, Itachi also used Susanoo. It seems that he takes his younger brother Uchiha Sasuke quite seriously. Looking at the red skull, Sasuke smiled faintly. "Uchiha Itachi, is this your Susanoo?" I said. "My Sharingan is farther than you see." Amaterasu. There were drops of blood in Itachi's eyes. In Susanoo he used Amaterasu again. Sasuke is even more so, he has already gathered chakra in his eyes. Amaterasu. The two used Amaterasu at the same time. "I see, Sasuke, you have gained the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan too." Two black flames intertwined with each other in the air, both trying to devour each other. One and the other, no one will let them. This is a battle with the strongest physical attack. For a while, it was deadlocked. Flame control. Sasuke's eyes widened, and the black flame actually changed its shape. Several black arrows were formed and flew towards Uchiha Itachi. The crowd was shocked. Sasuke's control over Amaterasu's black flame is still above Itachi, and he can change the form of Master's black flame. This is something that no weasel has ever done. While using flame control, several black flame arrows flew towards Uchiha Itachi. Itachi couldn't maintain this Amaterasu when he was dodging these sharp arrows. Sasuke's Amaterasu instantly gained the upper hand, swallowing Itachi's black flames. Those black flame arrows all hit Itachi Susanoo. On the huge red skull was a blazing black flame. The Akatsuki members who were watching the game were shocked. In a simple one-round fight, Uchiha Itachi was suppressed by his younger brother. Falling down in all directions. It seems that this revenge action by Uchiha Sasuke is really prepared. As his partner, Kisame also broke into a cold sweat for Itachi at this moment.